Sides to every story. My name is Casey. Tonight we'll be playing our Free League Fridays, The Walking Dead, and we are up to episode 2-ish. We had our episode 0, we had our episode 1, now we're coming up with episode 2. And in last time's episode, a group of survivors made their way down into town, through the town, encountered some of the dead. Their goal, a farm on the far side of town. They dealt with the dead, and we'll find out how in just a little bit. And now they're on recovery day and figuring out what's going on. Among the survivors are Abigail, Anthony, Bobby, and Melissa, uh, as well as Robert Young. Tabitha, Charlie, Red, and Jude of the group are represented by our players here. We also know of 3 other surviving humans, Roger, Kit, and Gunter, a group of army, or at least dressed in army gear that they rescued when Gunter had been shot in the stomach by a shotgun trap. If I recall correctly, the party had made their way down into town in a pizza car driven by Red, and I believe Charlie was acting as escort on a motorcycle. Does that ring a bell?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think once they got into town, some of the local dead got a little bit awakened. And if I remember correctly, Charlie made a bit of hootenanny and started leading them out of town north. By the time Charlie exited town, nearly 100 of the dead were in tow. Charlie got off the main route 73, doubled back after a while, leaving that group of 100 plus dead headed north. Charlie, does that sound about right?
I believe so.
Okie dokie. While Charlie was out, the party managed to get across the bridge on Bede Road, heading towards the farm there. They were able to make their way through a small gate up to the farmhouse. They succeeded in their approach, clearing out a few of the dead that were still left there, not called over to the raucous happening in the center of town. They secured the farm, and I believe Red discovered that there was a considerable amount of petrol, both diesel and gasoline. Seems the farmhouse had just stocked up their big storage tanks, so for the moment, fuel is in abundance. At this point, that was toward the end of the day. Took a little time, you took a little rest, and now we have half of the survivors over on the eastern side of town, up at Giants View Lodge over there. And then we have your group, which is currently over here near Wildwood Farms. Tabitha, Charlie, Red, Jude, I believe amongst you have a walkie-talkie so you can communicate roughly with Abigail, Anthony, Bobby, Melissa, and Robert. Is that a pretty fair assessment of where we are right now?
Also, a mini power generator.
Mini power generator, that's right. Able to charge the walkie-talkies with a little bit of hand cranking. All right, so the question now becomes, as we turn it back over to the party, first, does anyone want to volunteer to do the dearly departed, to reminisce about someone that they've lost, and bring us into the session here? I believe we had a conversation from, was it Red about Dad? No, it was Jude about his departed father, thanking him for the swift kick in the butt to get him moving forward. So who else other than Jude is lost? Go ahead.
Sounds like I volunteered myself. Let's do it.
I heard noises, yeah.
Well, when I initially got out of town with my younger brother, I thought it'd be a great idea to pick up our mother while yet father was in the picture, and she was all by her lonesome in the big city. I hopped on my bike and picked my brother from school and drove back, but That's when everything poor started to begin. People who were supposed to be dead started walking once more. Uh, Rival gangs that I used to have encounters with got more raucous. Looting ensued, and I thought it was time for us to flee. I went to go pick up my mother, but by the time I got there, she decided to do things on her own terms, is the light way I'll put it for now. It wasn't great for myself or my brother, and neither the fact of her rising moments later helped that fact either. Thankfully, I was quick enough to stop it before anything else happened, but it wasn't. You don't really come back from that. So, after bidding my farewell, I rode north and never looked back.
Gotcha. So that is a harsh thing, and maybe as you're all hanging about the farmhouse here, you start to get a little idea that maybe others might be facing that situation soon. Uh, Tabitha, you're a town local, correct? So
Yes.
throughout this, you've had to put down a few people who you recognized, sort of. Maybe folks you weren't close to yet. Maybe you
Hmm.
have. Around here, though, Abigail's been telling you, about the family. You've spent time with her as well as with Bobby, and some of the folks that you're having to deal with here. Boy, they got a family resemblance. So as kind of the night closes in and you've got that conversation to make, some things can happen. Right now, the majority of your supplies, what you've been harvesting, is over at Giants View Lodge. Canned goods, rice, that sort of stuff that you've put away, things that you've been able to hunt up in the meanwhile. The farm itself, there's not a lot of food here. I mean, there's some canned goods that you could scrap together a meal for tonight, but nobody's been harvesting supplies here yet, and everything that was, growing has spoiled or gone wild at this point. Probably going to need to transport some provisions and stocks back and forth. The farm itself has a gate at the southern end. Let's drag us over to the farm here real quick. So we get a little bit of an aerial view of that farm, which you can't see because I messed up how this is set up. One moment, please. Doot, doot. Now you can see, hopefully.
Whoa, satellite imagery.
Satellite imagery. So, Adirondack Park Preserve, excuse me, is the area that you're in there. There's a bit of a river that you'd cross the bridge. The bridge is south of the map here. Right where you come through that forest, there's a gate basically to keep, looky-loos out who aren't supposed to be there. That's the one that you drove through. These fields are all heavily overgrown. It's been a full year's cycle, so they were all thatched up big, knocked down by some of the snow. Off to the left here of the road, you've got some of those greenhouses. They're basically piped with heavy-duty tarp or plastic over it. You've got a couple of actual sheds and farm equipment there, and in there are the big diesel and gasoline canisters that you found. Up here, red barn and farmhouse. So barn for storage, farmhouse as for living in. Looks like that was an old stone building that was built on and built on and built on. So there are several different cubbies and set up there. Back behind it, a little bit of a gazebo, nice place to hang out, and then some trees back in that area that have got some fruits on them. This whole area here, though, down by the river, no real fencing or blockage there. It's just bordered by the river. Mostly icy at this point, but you could get across it if you felt like it. A little bit of sandy shale area in here, and then up the other side. The mountains climbing away to the west hand side here. So once the forest starts, it starts to get a pretty steep uphill. This is most of the level ground that looks like they could cultivate it in there. Hey, thanks for the follow, folks. You joined us while we're doing our Free League Fridays here, and we're playing a little bit of The Walking Dead. Just about to enter into montage time, where our party gets to choose some projects and then let me know who's working on them and for how long. So in The Walking Dead, the way projects works is you tell me what you're going to do. We'll decide how many people and how long that's going to take, and then out of the survivors available, we get to dedicate some people to that. And let me start off with what are we doing here?
I believe Tabitha would probably want to help. Um, Blanking on the name. Abby
Abigail, yep.
with yeah. Would want to help Abby with getting uh food situated, or I don't know. I'm going back and forth. Either food or reinforcing the area, because I know food was our initial worry, but
Hmm.
now like we know that there are people around here, and now that I'm looking at this map, I see there's a cemetery on the map.
There is several cemeteries in the area. Lots of little cemeteries dotted around.
Um, so I guess kind of depending on where other people will lead or like will head over to, I'm wanting to focus on either food or fence.
Sure. So, having talked it over a little bit with Abigail before you came over, she would have, we'll flash back to it. She would have said, now, working the whole farm, if we had all the machinery up, you could probably do it with about 10 folks working full time on it. That would provide enough for, a good 20 to 40 people to live off the land. If we cut that down to maybe 4 or 5 people working on the fields, we could probably support maybe 10 to 20. If we just put 2 to 3 people on it, we could probably support ourselves. But
Okay.
it's a big job. I mean, it's a full-time job. We're going to have to be out there weeding, keeping the temperature, cycling things. We're not going to be able to rely on the equipment as much as we used to.
Okay. Maybe with that information she would lean more into like helping with the food prep. That way, yeah, lean more into that stuff.
Sure. Now, Tabitha, that you could be one of the people working there. Abigail, Anthony, Bobby, Melissa, Robert, they will kind of follow along with the suggestions of the party, mostly. Uh, who there, Abigail, of course, is interested in working with the farm. That's, her jam. Who else might be helping with the farming?
I ain't much of a farmer.
Bobby's like, I'm with you, boss. I want to get out there and take it to him.
I mean, if there's nobody else to do farming, Redwood, uh, I mean, Red will do whatever he's pointed to do.
Let's make some food, Red. If you want.
Okay, so we got Abigail, we got Red, we got Tabitha primarily on farm and duty, and basically Abigail's laying it out for you that this is going to take the better part of a month to get everything going. So we'll be waking up early, we'll be going to bed late, we'll be dirty, but it'll be worth it. Once we see those first couple of taters come through. And she'll start growing other stuff as well. There's some squash around, there's some peppers that she can get going, that sort of stuff. So things that can cycle a little more quickly and a little bit slower. She knows farm stuff. I don't. Uh, but that'd be something that you'll be dedicating months to, keeping that up. If Tabitha and Red want to go do something else, we'll need to find substitutes for them to fill in the space. So Red, Abigail, Tabitha, starting in on farming duties. What's everybody else up to?
I'm noticing lots of open gaps around this place. I think a fence might be in order for us to ensure it's safer than normal.
Yeah. I think maybe Charlie and Jude might work on defenses or defense slash maybe just scouting out just the surrounding area, doing sweeping scans while people are working and stuff.
Sure.
Would we be able to do that?
Sure, absolutely.
And a half and half.
So we can go half and half, but we'll basically be splitting you down the middle. So we could have folks on guard duty. What guard duty would do is increase your current defensive rating, but nothing ongoing, meaning you'll be improving it by the manpower you're spending today. Whereas putting up fences, building structures, reinforcing things would build your overall defenses, not requiring an ongoing set. Reinforcing the gate, it'd take a day or two. Getting a fence up around this whole property, that's weeks worth of work. What sort of scope and scale are we looking for here? And I think Anthony would be the one to kind of point out the logistics of that one to you, because he'd be laying out his plans. He's got his yellow ledger paper and he's starting to draw out, the pattern there, and he's starting to say, well, we got the fence right here, and we could probably get that one done in a day. But if we're gonna need a post every 6 feet, and if we got a post every 6 feet, and this is this many, that means we're gonna need this many posts and this much fencing, and we don't have that. But I guess we could go to the store and get that. I mean, is that really the best use of our time here? I mean, I'm not
Safety.
shirking the work, but that's
Yeah, safety is important.
it's a lot
Unless
of.
you rather have the dead come walking across the river right into our food supply. I suggest we
right,
get
Chucky.
something up.
No,
Yep.
no, I don't want that. Just hoping maybe something a little less grandiose would do. Just thinking,
Would you rather relegate it to the farm itself instead of the entire property?
well, that would cut down the space if we were to just set up a perimeter right around the farmhouse itself. Stick to the tree line, do it up there. That's a tenth of the space that we need to cover. That's
Maybe we start small and work our way out.
all right. So, we're gonna need some posts. I think there's a post digger around here somewhere. And as he's trying to say that, what we're going to need is our first "Can we find it" roll. So who would like to do our "Can we find it" roll to see if we can
That is
scrounge
Scout.
up? That is a scout.
Can I just be like, hey, Red? Like, I know he's farming and stuff, but could I ask, or is it more so just wide open, kind of more scopy? Like, is it one of us that is doing that?
So anybody can do it.
Okay.
Yep. So anyone can turn up and say, hey, I'm the one who's doing the set there. It's a little bit of luck. It's a little bit of skill.
Yeah. Man, can't say much. It's my only issue. I believe Red has been a bit of our point man as far as being able to scout things in the past.
Red, are you feeling it?
Sure. I wasn't sure if that was about to be a
Yep.
RP
Apparently we need a post digger or something. I don't know, for the fence. You know what that looks like? It's like a shovel, two shovels put together.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. You want me to go down into town and see if we can find one?
Something around here first, maybe. Hopefully.
Oh, I see. Okay. Here's a scout.
Oh, two successes. Now, with two successes, I don't think you need to do any better. But as a quick reminder on rolls, if you do not succeed and you would like to try to succeed, you are able to push rolls. Pushing rolls lets you re-roll the dice in exchange for taking a stress die. Stress dies are the ones where things can go catastrophically wrong. But at this point, I think you're just fine. Red's able to find a couple of post diggers, manual type, kind of two shovels linked together, stab down, pinch, lift up, and you're set. You don't find one of the cool auger ones with a little gas power on top. That would certainly speed things along. But not one hanging around the farm, at least not one that you can find. But enough equipment to get things done manually as necessary. You also find a couple of uh, iron posts and a bit of wire to use for basic pens. Looks like at some point they were keeping sheep and a few pigs on the farm. This definitely wasn't a big livestock farm. Probably something more for practice and showing the locals as compared to a massive farming endeavor for animals. But it's certainly better than nothing.
Always good. Thank you, Red. I don't know what we'd do without you, man. I give you a big old slap on the back. Appreciate it.
So,
Well,
first
gonna
couple
get
of
back.
days. Good.
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
see ya.
Okay.
All right.
So, first couple of days, it sounds like are going to be getting the farm set up, getting a little bit of security set up. Anything else going on that I should be aware of?
Last session, before we left, I remember Red mentioning that he was going to sneakily give gas to those bit of fuel,
Mm-hmm.
those people that we rescued.
He sure did. I'm not sure how sneakily. I know he just did it a little bit on the sly. Red, remind me, would the rest of the team know that you had done that?
I believe the intent was that they wouldn't.
Would not. Okay.
All right. Either way, I think I would go to Red and maybe I'd ask Abigail and Red come by and I've been thinking uh, this is big land, bigger than that cabin. Can't say I don't feel guilt. Don't feel guilty about the way I treated those three. You saw them, Red. You think that they could help us here?
Well, I mean, yeah, I think. I guess we'll have to see how they're feeling about us. But yeah, I mean, we could feel them out, reach out, see if they think that we're stronger together.
Yeah. Any any hint, any hint, you know, funny business. We'll just take care of them, But
Yeah. Um. Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
oh yeah, of course. Hey Abby, what do you think? That's a good idea. A few more hands to help you farm, That'd be asking Abigail.
So Abigail is, I mean, it would definitely help, and they sounded okay. I mean, uh, I mean, we brought on a lot of hands to manage the farm, and we didn't have to worry about civil defense or anything like that. Um, Plus, if things went a little wrong, we always had fallback plans. seed suppliers, fertilizer. I mean, there's a lot to do. So, yeah, I mean, able-bodied and reasonable of mind, of course.
All right. I'll get a group together. We'll take care of it, Red.
You, Jude. Do you think maybe let me take care of this?
Um, wait, alone? You want to go?
Well, maybe just without you.
What do you mean? What are you saying, man?
I'm just saying. I think that they are going to remember the last time we were together.
Yeah. Good.
You came on a little strong, maybe.
I wouldn't say that. I just,
Oh, okay.
I just let them know who we were. I want them to understand. They haven't come here to attack us or anything, right? I mean, I think I did a good
That's
job.
true.
He's getting like super defensive.
And Red's probably backing off too, because
But
this is the
hell,
closest that
man,
he'd ever come to conflict. So he's like,
hell, man,
okay.
you got. I mean, here, and he's gonna be like, if you think you could do it, you take this, and he's gonna go ahead and pass him over his. What do I have? His assault rifle. Here you go.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you know how to use this thing, right?
Well, do we have 2 assault rifles? Because what's this?
Oh, damn! Give that back. This one's
Oh.
better. But
Oh, okay.
I'll sure. Sorry, I forgot you had one. Forget. God damn, that's right. We took it from them, huh?
Yeah, that's just
I was gonna
part of the
say- I was
problem
gonna-
right here.
That's right, Abby. We actually, I mean, I think we did a hell of a job. I still wouldn't give that shit back though. That's for damn sure. But
Isn't that what we traded for? Like, didn't we get the gun and wasn't there like a trade that kind of happened and that's how we got the?
Call it that, I guess.
I might be thinking of something else because I'm trying to remember how we got the little power generator. There was some kind of trade thing that happened.
We strong-armed them because they had nothing, and I gave them a handgun. I gave them my handgun.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
took their assault rifle.
they were in a bad way because they had one had gotten shot, and it's still only been a weekish since that happened. So he's definitely still in recovery mode.
Well, if you think you could do it, you don't want to do it with me. That's fine. Hell, wasn't my idea anyway.
I mean, whatever you think.
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Okay.
Be careful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You take somebody with you, though.
Yeah, I think. Who should I take? Do you think? Charlie?
Probably little Chucky. Yeah, probably. Yeah, you could take maybe Tabitha. I don't know.
Like as you're considering this, the two younger kids are like, "Me, pick me, pick me. I want to go." Right here.
Chucky will punch me if he. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask your brother there, kid. Damn it.
Come on, just
I don't know. I'm not
just
going.
tell him decision's made.
I mean, huh? You're not. You're gonna get yourself killed. I'm just telling you right now.
What?
You're
I grew
better
up
at
in New York.
picking weeds.
I can handle this. What I can't handle is picking weeds. Never.
Put me in,
Never.
coach. Put me
Let me see
in.
your hands. You already no, you're getting some calluses. Look at those calluses. Come here. Let me see. Yep. Yeah, you're doing fine. Man hands. Working man hands. You're doing fine. That's right.
It's not what I went to school for.
How old is he?
He's in that 16 to 19 range, I believe.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Maybe he's not that.
So he
He's
was in
almost
high
a
school.
freaking college student. Come on,
So-
kid. No.
No, take that.
That's
You know
what-
what? Actually, drop that. Yeah, he's in high school, so make that 15 to 17 range.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll
I
say,
don't know.
yeah, I'll do
It's
it.
not what I went to school for.
It's
Not
like
what I
I'm
went to
almost
school
18.
for.
None of us went to school for this.
Yeah, but like you go to school so you don't have to work on a farm. That's in like the Constitution. I'm sure of it. We the people, so we don't have to work on farms, put up with school all day.
Hmm.
Tabitha, do you need a break from all this labor? We're gonna take a drive. Go.
Yeah, as long as someone can take my place for a little bit, I can help out.
How about I stay in the car, Red? How about I just stay in the car, huh? Come
Well,
on.
okay.
Yeah,
That sounds.
I feel better if I. Abby, that's okay. You
That's
wouldn't
okay.
miss me too much here. I haven't done shit besides we're trying to make some posts.
Actually, that might be for the best because I think my shovel broke, so I actually don't have any weapons. I forgot about that, so that might be better. Should things go squirrely.
Yeah, and all the shovels on the farm are not like good, hitting people shovels. They're all, little hydroponic shovel, teeny tiny ones.
Yeah, I forgot about my shovel.
Yeah, so I think Red and Jude will go and try to meet up with the neighbors.
Maybe could I ask? We ask Chucky if he wanted to go?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, as you all like start to head out, Bobby, Robert, and Melissa are all looking at you as you like agree to do chores, and then all drive away, and they're just like sons of bitches, and then they're shoveling mud.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
I thought. Am I staying behind or going? Because I don't have. I mean, I have a walkie-talkie, so if any
Stay
It's
in the
fine.
car with me,
It's fine.
Okay.
You guys go.
Okay.
It's fine. We can handle
Chucky.
this.
We're gonna need your. I don't know. Something.
What?
Yeah. Come here. Yeah, your kid brother. He wants to come. I told him no.
What are you even doing?
We're gonna go get some people.
Hey, Melissa, did you want to go?
I mean, it's better than staying here, but if nobody's staying here, then somebody's got to go.
Well, if you want to go, I could give you the keys. You could drive. I could stay here with the boys.
No, Red. I need you. If I'm no, I need you.
It's just that there's only so many seats.
I'll sit in the back.
I could sit in the trunk
Yep, it's in the trunk.
with the pizza warmers.
Sounds good. So with that, y'all get in the car. You start making your way down. And I would just like someone to do me a favor and roll me a d6 there.
Hmm.
A 3, a good average number. It's still a little slippery out there. There's still snow about, and it has not been plowed, but it's getting later and later into March. So, and you've shown yourselves to be accomplished drivers. You make your way down through the town, off through the middle, onto the side road on the far side. You know as you come up that you've got the bar down here in the southeastern part of the area, and then you've got the church where you left the folks over here in the northwest. Most of these houses were busted open in the past. and you recall that most of this area has been cleared out because a bit of a commotion caused the dead to gather here, and then they were led away, and they became part of that big crowd that got led out of here 2 days or so ago. Once you get into the area, what's your plan?
I guess the first question is if the Jeep is still here.
Yeah, like
Drive.
the car that was over here.
Yep, Jeep is still there.
Was it like damaged or was it?
It
I don't.
was. It had basically driven up and gotten stuck in the other vehicle, so it needed a little bit of effort to get it broke free. Probably some
Gotcha.
work with some pry bars and some time could take care of it, but that doesn't seem to have been spent yet.
Okay.
I mean, they were at the church, right? So, could I just drive around that and make our way to the church parking lot, driving, relatively slowly?
Yep, you got it. You drive on in, you pull up. Very quiet out. Little drifts of snow blowing across, ice crystals in the air. It's not raining or snowing or anything right now, but there's a lot to be kicked up as you're driving around. There's a couple of tracks in the snow showing where Dead had stumbled by some point in the past, but nothing extremely fresh. You can see there are a couple of red splatters and dark spots near the church where Roger, Kit, and Gunter must have had to deal with something approaching, but that's sunk down into the snow now, and it's no longer more than just a kind of shadowy outline of where something now lays. Church itself, decently high before it gets to the windows, so it's reasonably secure. You'd have to jump up and smack to hit glass. Doors seem to have been secured against it. You drive up, keep an eye on the place. No obvious noise at the moment.
All right, Red's in charge. Red, what do you want us to do?
Well, here's the keys, and I will get out and try to talk with them. I don't have a. We have like a signal?
Sure.
Like maybe I'll go if things aren't good.
Sure.
Like
Take
What
him
is
out.
this?
Sure.
What is,
uh,
you're trying to do fucking jazz hands as your signal.
Oh, or what if
Oh.
like run your
Oh,
hands through
no.
your hair or something?
Oh no, what did I do?
Maybe something like
Oh.
this. I'm not sure.
like this.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep, I'll kill them all. Sure.
And don't forget to rub your stomach too. No, I'm just kidding. Do what you were originally doing.
Okay.
Red's in charge.
The
Red's in
safety's on,
charge.
right? The safety's on here.
Me,
Weapon?
yeah, always. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Don't touch the trigger unless you mean to shoot. So Dad had taught me.
All right, I'm gonna exit the vehicle.
Tap the trigger.
Like as you
I'm
said,
gonna-
you see Charlie not practicing gun safety at all in that regard. Yeah, safety.
I'll approach the church and go up to the doors and essentially just like announce myself and say,
As you're getting
want to
close,
talk?
you hear kind of calling out from inside the church. Oh, hey, Red, everything all right?
Yeah, things are good, I think.
Yeah, I
We've
heard
been
a
doing a lot of
hell.
work up at the farm.
Uh, Good on you, man. I mean, we're just trying to recover here. Gunter's in a bad way, but he's tough. We kind of hopeful.
Yeah, you folks said you were planning on heading south once he's on the mend.
Yeah, just gotta get him gotta get him stable, and then I mean I think he's gonna need some surgery, but probably another couple of days, and then we'll be out of your hair. We don't need any don't mean any trouble.
Well, about that, you know, we were sort of thinking. I know we got off on the wrong foot for sure. But we've got plenty of room up there at the farm, plenty of capacity to grow food. I think with a little work, we can secure it. We're going to start building the fence. We've got the river. There's a lot of good things going. Um, but a few extra hands might go a long way.
I mean, you seem like decent folk, but I mean, Gunter's not going to make it without, some medical assistance. So we really kind of got our plans set for us that way. I mean, your folks were good in a fix, helping them get a quick patch on there. But I mean, Red, you don't have a doctor hiding out with you, do you?
No, we don't. But we've got capable people that can go out to maybe find somebody, or at least find some better supplies, maybe some antibiotics to help prevent infection or whatever.
I mean,
I mean, we could.
he's definitely going to need that. He's spiking a fever every once in a while now, but I mean, there's we passed a hospital on the way up, but I mean, they don't really know one antibiotic from another. I mean, we know anything with psyllin's probably going to help him out, but beyond that,
If you can relay to us where that hospital is, I'm sure we could go there. We could find what he needs.
all right. I mean, that's a. I gotta say, that's a better deal than us, just driving south and hoping.
Well, and we're gonna have to stock up on things like that if we're gonna all be living together. I'm sure there will be days like this again in the future. So it's in all of our best interest to find whatever's there, whatever's left. Just pray that there's some other crew hasn't found it first.
That's kind of the trick of it these days is things are getting a bit scarce. So, what's the deal then?
Well, I guess we find the medicine, we find what he needs he'll be able to get up off his feet, and you know you guys be able to come move up with us and do your part, help out a bit, and we'll all prosper together. I think that's the idea.
All right. How long you thinking we need to work before we call this square?
I'll be honest, I don't even know. I don't know if I told you something right now without conferring with the others. I don't know that they would agree. So
I mean, that's fair. I
probably have
don't
to.
don't want to put you on the spot, and I appreciate you not putting us on the spot too much, but uh, Red, I don't. Hmm. Ain't a great way to say this other than how you set for single women. Because I'm really not looking to settle down someplace that doesn't have at least a couple. I'm not the handsomest fella, but
Out of nowhere, he's just like turns around and he's like looking directly at Tabitha, and he's like, mm.
Was
Like,
that the signal? Was that the signal?
it was like the start of a signal, but
It's the signal.
mean,
Should we take that as a? Do you think I should step out?
no, you don't move.
Are
He
you sure
don't
he's
look
looking
like
at you?
he's too
I think
afraid.
he was looking at me.
You might be
He's
right.
definitely looking at me. No.
What's he?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
we-
Okay.
God damn it! We don't know what that means.
I think that means called off. Stay put.
He's got an earring.
There's some women there.
Hearing a lot of
There's
hesitation from you,
I
Red.
mean,
I'm not asking you to sell them to us. I'm just looking for like, what's our prospects? I mean,
it's pretty good.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Kit usually gets his pick of the litter, but you know, if the odds are stacked against me, I don't really want to commit to staying for years and years someplace that's, a sausage fest.
Okay. Well, don't talk to Melissa.
Don't talk to Melissa. Okay. How many does that leave us
Yeah.
with as an option here, Red?
Well, I think Tabitha's single. I think Abigail's seeing the bossy guy.
Okay.
One person. It's just
It's just. Do you like what you see?
No, man, no. I'm not trying to ask you. Red, come on, man. I'm not asking you to pimp anybody out here. I'm just looking for a lay of the land, man.
Well, that's an interesting choice of words, but it's okay. Like it's better than being in the church. I mean,
Yeah, no, it's not exactly a happening spot here, but
oh, I was not prepared for this conversation. Maybe I should have had you come along. He would have
all right, all
he
right.
would have
So
known what to say.
it's all right, it's all right. It sounds like you're not looking for a real, you know, years and years, commitment from us here.
No, I mean, if you like it, if it works out, you could stay longer.
All right,
If not, I think no one would hold it against you.
all right. That seems fair enough. So, I mean, if you can get Gunter some help, I mean, definitely don't mind doing a bit of manual labor. What do we got on a farm? What do you do? You plow fields. You go hoeing. You plant
That's one way of
seed.
putting it.
See,
Man, yes, all of those things.
All right. Well, I mean, we didn't pry the Jeep out. We figured that caused too much noise. You got a vehicle we could lay Gunter down in and get him over there? Got a wagon of some sort, or
Um, think he'd fit in the trunk?
I don't know that bending over like that's gonna do him much good with a wound to the midsection. That seems the exact opposite of what we want right now.
Where'd you say the Jeep was?
And the Jeep's right over there. We just basically when we slid, we ended up jumped up, and you can see that it basically the tire came up, pressed in the hood of the vehicle, and it's now basically pinched between the crumpled hood and the fender of
Oh,
the
I see.
vehicle. It just basically needs to be pried out there. But it'll make some noise. I mean, you got to bend some metal and smash some stuff, and then start up an army jeep. I would say tech
Uh,
would be the appropriate skill to apply.
okay. Red will go back to the group and explain the situation. We gotta transport this guy somehow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm fine waiting here if you want.
Yeah, but let's go. Guess we're going to get this here Jeep undone then.
Sure.
So what do you mean when you're talking about they want women?
Is that what he
Well,
was saying?
it came up.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm assuming that you already explained. I don't know if you explained all that. I'm sorry. How much
Yeah.
did you explain?
He would have like danced around it, but it probably
Okay.
would have been clear what he was talking about. Tabitha,
Yeah.
just be careful around these guys.
She's gonna kind of like
Yeah.
she's gonna kind of lean over and like look at the two guys. Are they at least like kind of cute at all?
Yeah, actually, I mean, they're both reasonable. I mean, they definitely are fit individuals.
All right, cool.
Kit's got a little bit of his what was a buzz cut is a
She's
little grown
divorced.
out,
Like,
little like spiky hair going on. Gunter doesn't look good. Gunter looks a bit emaciated at
I
this point. He's not
I had a
doing well.
feeling.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Well, we'll see how they do. But yeah, I'd say I'll be on my toes. Just I'll be careful.
yeah, and
You don't have to swipe right. It's fine.
yeah,
Yeah.
and apologies, I forgot.
Well,
Good.
no. Yeah, she's just rambling at this point. She's just like, that's interesting. Like going right for that. So
I
I
read.
know. The guy's dying, and he's like, "Well, get me out there."
Red, yeah. Besides all that nonsense, they said they're prepared to kill him, right? If he turns, yeah.
Because I didn't know.
That's what's going to happen. They will
I,
let them
I,
give him.
yeah, I think it's understood. They're going to do what they need
That's
to
what he
do.
said. Yeah.
He said it with his eyes.
Mm. All right. Mm.
Well, I mean, we have to go find some well, yeah. I mean, if we find the medicine, it's not gonna. It won't even come to that. So
Sure. Yep.
either
I'm
way,
gonna. Can
we
I
have
call
news
out
on.
to them?
Sorry.
Hey, come on out in the open, huh?
Oh, hey Jude. Yeah, and Roger comes
Hey
on out.
there. Cool.
Just Roger.
Come and help us with this truck, huh?
Oh yeah,
Jude.
sure. I mean,
Cool.
you got it. He takes you over to the truck and he shows you. So the pry bar is up here and he shows you how to detach that. I actually did not work in motor, whatever the motor
What'd you do? What
division.
you used to do, huh?
Potatoes mostly peeling.
What was that?
Potatoes, primarily peeling.
Air potato peeler.
I worked primarily in the commissary. I mean, I did basic and all that, but
Oh.
they didn't really teach you how to. And he kind of shows you the pry bar. He's like, I know this is the pry bar, and you use it for getting you off a rock, but I don't know where it goes or what it does.
Got a pry bar. That's good.
Yeah, and it's
No,
got the
what are
big
your other?
piece there. Here you go.
Thanks, Roger. Got a question. You tell me, you ever have to kill someone you love?
No. Why would I
Hmm.
kill someone I love?
Well, the turn. You ever have to kill someone you? Hey, Chucky, right? You ever have to? Right? We got to do those things, right, Chucky? They turn. Got to go. right?
I see what you're saying. No, haven't had to. I mean, I had friends on the base, but no lovers on the base. So as things went bad, had to had to had to shoot a few of our own. But I mean, they weren't they weren't them anymore. They were, you know, uh, just kind of dead and fighting.
Okay. All right. Well, and he's gonna maybe like just talk about it kind of nonchalantly. He will ask. Uh, he'll ask Red to keep an eye out in a safe distance, while he's gonna ask Charlie and Tabitha. Tabitha, keep an eye out. We're around, and us three are gonna try to pry this free. He's gonna ask Chuck to come. I know you're this here's Chucky, extremely strong. Right there, Chucky. We're gonna need your help. Come on over there, kid. Come on.
Sure.
If you're looking for muscles, you should ask Tabitha.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was mine again? It was something.
Quite beefy.
My strength's 5, so 7.
Shit.
Yeah, I have 7 force.
I have 6
Okay.
force. That's why I picked her.
So
Yeah,
Tabitha,
well,
Charlie,
maybe you got a little
Jude.
bit more leverage, huh?
Yeah, Tabitha, Charlie,
Yeah,
Jude,
I'll
and
watch.
Roger are working on it. So whoever's going to be making the roll does get a +3 to their roll. But I will need a tech roll from one of you to manage to get the tire unwedged in such a way that it doesn't damage the important bits beyond repair.
Tabitha.
What should I have?
In regards to tech?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
3 total.
Okay. So
0 in tech.
How many do you have, Red? Just wondering. Damn it.
Reddit's just better than us at every survival
Everything.
skill.
Everything. No.
He's the witty one.
Red's just over there
Yeah.
clucking
Okay,
his tongue and shaking his head.
I read.
It was like watching to see if this guy was gonna check out Tabitha's strength skills.
What a woman.
That's a woman?
Oh,
So this is a
Barbara.
this is a 3 bonus dice. You said
3 bonus dice, yes, please. And there is a boon in the set, but you didn't need it. 3 successes, no problem. Hood gets bent up, things get pulled away. Do you have a stress at the moment? You got a DZ in there.
do I have a stress?
Do you have stress? I don't think you should have stress at this
Yes.
point. You may get
Oh,
rid of that stress.
okay.
But 3 successes in any case. The Jeep comes free. You're able to pry it out. Tire seems intact enough. And the Jeep is drivable. It's kind of have a little bit of a shudder. Could definitely use a realignment. But it will get you where you want to go.
All right. Well, I guess load them up. Let's head back.
As you fire up the Jeep and you get everything back underway, you start heading back. You can see a few of the dead have come out to see what all the noise is about, but you'll leave them in the distance, kind of wandering out from the tree line. They're getting a little more active now. The temperature's been above the freezing point, so they're no longer frozen in their little almost hibernative state. You're starting to see more and more of them just coming out of the tree line here and there, but you leave those all behind, down through the town, over across the bridge, up the long driveway to the house. Everybody comes out and kind of introduces themselves. Abigail, Anthony, sort of side by side. Abigail kind of gets a hold of Bobby and pulls him over and like, yeah, no. No. Robert's like, cool guns. Melissa stays back a bit. Tabitha, Charlie, Red, Jude, anything there?
Repeat that last bit again.
Sure. Anything that you want to introduce, interact, assign tasks?
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna take a look at the guy that's hurt and see how he's doing. That's what I'm really interested in.
So, Gunter, I think you had to get him on a slab basically to move him around. You kept him as still as possible, brought him inside. You'll probably want to put him on one of the beds. What are you using to check him out? Tools wise, I don't think you have much more than your eyes in
I
that one kit, as well as maybe a bag of herbs
have
that nobody
basic
knows what to
medical
do with.
gear,
Okay.
basic medical gear, and I have a medicine of 1,
Sure.
empathy of 3. I don't know other than I think I might just I'm looking, I'm seeing it, maybe check his fever, see if there's an infection, like what really is going on here.
Yeah, sounds good. So let's do a little diagnosis. There is a boon. You must use your boon before you roll, though. Is this worth the
We
point?
do have one boon, you said.
There is one boon.
Um,
Friendly audience member.
did I? No, I won't use the boon yet. I feel like
Okay.
we're gonna get an. Yeah. All right. So it's been a while. Let me see. Basic medical gear. Does that do anything for me? No. All right.
It just gives you the
That's
ability
in.
to do this
I'm
thing.
gonna. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Here we go.
All right, so no successes, which means that you will not come away with any more knowledge other than he had been shot in the past, unless you push this roll and take a point of stress.
Let's do it. I'll
All
do
right,
Push it
pushing that
real
roll.
good.
one. Here we go.
All right,
Hey.
so you do have 1 stress built up, but with that little bit of extra oomph, you do manage to sort it out. He does have a low fever. There is an infection setting in. You could do some risky surgery with the tools that you have here, but that would be flip a coin kind of style. Definitely should get some medicine in him. You probably have a few days of leeway before it really starts to get to the point where then he'll need a lot of medicine.
All right. I kind of. I'll wait for all the introductions and stuff but I'll share that with everyone eventually. Yes. Or maybe now. I'll just do it now.
Okay.
And I'll let everyone know.
Yep. And that would have
Yeah,
taken
that
a little
don't
bit
look
of
like.
time. So
Yeah.
they've kind of mingled. You got him set down. You said, all right, let's take a look at what's going on. You remove the bandages, basically doing a replace there. You're seeing, yeah, he could definitely use surgery to make things right, but medicine's going to be necessary no matter what within a few days.
Okay. I'll share that with everybody.
Roger and Kit are like, I mean, that was the deal Red was offering. You're going to get the medicine for him, right? We do some work around here. See you digging fence posts, planting some potatoes. We take care of that. You go find the medicine for Gunter, right?
Yeah,
That
if you
will.
tell us where that hospital is, we'll go and scout it out.
Yeah, and he describes, and Tabitha, you're from the area. You know, yeah, it's down there on the right. It's a little kind of local hospital, but they got a helipad that you could get,
Mhm.
out to one of the more major hospitals. They, there's a lot of babies are born there.
It
People go
like
there.
checks out from
Yep, Yep.
Like whatever memory I have of it, like haven't needed to go there, but it's like, oh yeah, that does sound right. Like,
And if you were born in this area, you were probably born there.
mm,
It's that kind of, it's not the big hospital, but it's the one that everybody goes to because there's probably a lot of snow between you and the big hospital. So you go to this one, you have the kids. If you get, an injury, you get your bone set there. If you need, a full MRI, you drive 3 hours and go to the big hospital.
gotcha. Okay.
What else you too good at besides peeling potatoes?
I mean, patrolling, shooting. What else are we good at?
Can you make a fence?
Boy, can we. You want a foxhole dug? I'll dig you a foxhole and put up a fence.
I said a fence. I said a fence, not a hole.
We gotta.
Duh.
Well, Sarge always said you dig the hole, then you put up the sandbags, then you put up the fence, but
There we go. That's good enough.
so while Roger and Tabitha are kind of laughing, Kit slides over to Red's like, "That was Tabitha, right?"
I guess.
All right. And so they're kind of settling. It seems like they'll be primarily on defense and ditch digging duty. Uh, see how that's going. Gunter, is just trying to keep some food down, get some food in him, keep him from wasting away, keep pushing the fluids, that kind of stuff. So heading south to the hospital.
What? Yeah, I was about to ask. Like, would now be a good time to do that? Like, how much time was spent, like, unwrenching the car and things, or like, or what do you guys think? Should we like scout it out first, or?
It would probably
Sorry, I didn't
be.
mean.
Daytime wise, it would probably be better to plan to leave early tomorrow, just as far as a DM advice wise, because you
Okay.
are driving snowy roads that have not been plowed, could encounter drifts, that kind of stuff. So this is not a easy drive. You do now have a big, slightly dodgy Jeep that you could use.
I was gonna ask about that because how did Soldier Boys get over here? Like, did they have some kind of like plow on the front, or like was it just they were driving slowly and like just maneuvering like
Yeah, Roger
in
says.
order to pass? Okay.
Yeah, Roger says it's got a good 4-wheel drive on it. We made our way through. We were doing fine until came around the corner here, tried to give it a little bit of juice to get away from a mob, and slid and then got jacked up on that car. But that was after Gunther got shot, so we were not as calm and collected as we should have been. You know, you start to forget certain things. Like we went through drills on what to do if somebody gets shot, but they didn't really cover what to do if somebody gets shot and then a bunch of dead people start walking at you. It just wasn't in the training regimen.
Yep. Well, before we get going, I guess maybe then we'll wait if Tabitha thinks it would be best to wait at night.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe
If
Jude-
anything. Oh yes, I'm
or
sorry.
wait for the morning. I'm sorry, the next day.
Okay.
I think he would like call everyone together, kind of before everyone is talking and stuff, and I'd say that it's Gunther that's hurt. You said?
Yes, Gunther that's hurt.
All right. Well, we're gonna be heading off tomorrow, right? Gunther, if he turns, I want you all to promise me that you'll take him out. Is that understood?
And that they're all sort of like, yeah, we understand it. We'll give him
Too
till
tight.
get a little choked up there. We'll give him till every opportunity, but once he isn't a person anymore, we'll deal with it. And
Sure.
Roger and Kit are like, yeah, no, we get it. We've had to deal with that kind of stuff before. We don't want to see it happen, and we want to give him every opportunity, but you know,
You never know. That's what I'm saying. If
yeah,
you don't do it, our people will.
yeah.
It's like I don't know their reaction, but
What? So as you're sort of like getting that, Roger and Kit and Gunter are sort of talking, and they're calming them down, maybe sharing a little drink or something like that, and Anthony just kind of calls the rest of you over, as many of you as he can get in a group there. He's like, look, if we're going to be bringing more people in, we need to establish some sort of hierarchy. And what I'd suggest is we put it to a vote, but we make sure that we always have the majority. So you gotta be careful how many folks you bring back at any one time. We all good?
I do agree on the part where there probably should be some form of communal agreement or like some way to handle that kind of stuff. I do agree on that.
I mean, Red thought it was a good idea. I thought, I
I
trust
have a
Red.
question.
That's
Anthony looks over at Red. Yeah.
So, if we're always going to be the majority, but we're going to bring people back, like, how does that math work?
So see, what we got to do is we got to make sure that as we're bringing people back, we maintain our majority of like-minded folk, and we make sure that they come in and kind of get vetted before we bring the next batch in. Like right now, I think we can all agree that we would vote Abigail as leader, right? Right, Abigail? He kind of like gesturing around, like, right?
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
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 Okay. So right now, if there's something come up, we would all go with what Abigail suggests. So we've got a good consensus there. Now you brought 3 more folks on, that's fine. But if you brought 5 or 10 more after that, then they could, say that we should all follow Roger's ideas or this Gunter person. And what we got to be careful about is that, right? So we got to make sure we build some safeties in.
Like
Maybe
this, and he's gonna bring out his rifle like this, right? Equalizer.
Yeah, I think
that.
that used to be Gunther's weapon.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
once
it's
I
ours now.
agree.
Yep.
Well, that's once the bullets start, the voting kind of drops off at that point, and there's not a lot of us left, so I don't really want to rely on that sort of force. But
People that have the most guns are the ones that are in charge.
I mean, if that works for you
Hell
all,
yeah.
I'm fine with that. We just got to make sure we've got control of the guns. Is that how we want to do this?
I think that's
Well,
how Jude likes to do it.
I mean, I get they have a handgun. That's about it. See.
All right, all right. Well,
Um,
okay. So
That's
just
it.
just want to make sure I was on the same page. So
Sure.
we'll
So
keep
do you want
control.
me? We'll vote. You want me to vote? I'll let them know right now who's the leader. We voted. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just we make it official. We
Hmm.
make sure everybody
Yeah.
knows.
We're all
Abigail.
like-minded individuals in this circumstance, right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Chucky.
I have a very
Yes.
like-minded idea. Find out more about where they came from. They said they had a base somewhere south towards New York. See what you can figure out about it. You seem to be very, very persuasive in your way of using words.
Oh,
If
thank you.
I were hard miss, I would pick you as leader.
I mean, I did teach. I was
Yeah,
going to
we
eventually
know.
become a professor.
Yeah.
It just
Yes. Oh, a leader in the classroom is also a leader on the field. So I heard some people say once.
I'm not sure who that's a quote from, but I will find that one out for you.
Should.
Next
You don't
time
have to.
you can get, I, that actually brings up a good point. We really should be doing something to stockpile information. Um, if you can get to, I suppose, a library. I mean, even microfiche is going to be difficult these days. If you could bring back like an
While we're
Encyclopedia
at the while
Britannica.
we're at the hospital, we'll see if we can pick up any medical reference books for you.
Oh,
Magazines.
that would be great. I mean, we're going to need to start doing something. Um, yeah,
Yep. You could start getting our money's worth with you, huh? Reading those books, teaching us all this great stuff, huh?
that's the plan. That's the plan. Molding the minds of the next generation that we hope is to come. And I'm pretty sure
Sure.
Bobby and Robert are both rebelling at this idea, but just whatever. Um,
Hey,
I
y'all. I'm just gonna turn Abigail. She's in charge. Anything she says, you do. You understand?
and the like,
I'm like back
sure,
up. Yeah.
yes, ma'am. And with that, I think probably the only other thing that I would think is going to happen is I think Bobby, who is Tabitha's sparring partner, is going to be like, all right, let's hey Tabitha, uh, how about we go a round or two? Could you
Not
don't
knock you on your butt.
don't yeah, just ease off a little bit this time. I mean,
Okay.
I I figured I had some time to play it cool. I mean, as far as Melissa goes, I
I
am the only other fish in the sea, but with these two here, I'm gonna have to step my game up a little bit, and
I hear
it'd
you.
be nice if you didn't put me, you know, sprawling
Yeah.
across the floor this
Oh
time.
yeah. I'll pull back. I'll
Okay,
pull back.
all right,
You ready?
yeah, all right.
Okay.
And
That's
like when you do that, he's like, "Oh, come on, I'm." Thanks, Jackie Chan. And
Oh, keep going. This is great.
Psh, psh, psh.
and he's actually a relatively good boxer, but he he's definitely a little more hesitant, and Tabitha's a little, I think, just more pronk on him.
Yeah.
So, but they go a couple of rounds, and Melissa completely ignores it. But Roger and Kid are just like, oh, all right, you know, I got next.
It was the line.
What's it?
So blind to box Tabitha.
Would I be able to spend an hour with Red to just get rid of that stress? Would I be able to try to do that?
Sure. What would you be doing there?
Just talk to him. So, damn, you did a damn good job there, Red. Ah, boy. Hell, you should be in charge. Yeah.
No.
That's fine.
Have,
I'm just kidding.
have,
It was a joke.
oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's good. You understand. You know how this stuff works. You do, but you did. I mean, I'm impressed all the time, man. Hell.
Do you think they're gonna go after? Do you think I have to be worried about the?
Oh,
Should I talk to
Tabitha?
Melissa? No.
What's wrong with Melissa? Melissa's fine.
Well, she's also technically single, I
Yeah.
guess. Maybe I should talk to her.
Dude. I had no
and
idea
like
that you like
express some.
Melissa.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, she probably doesn't know either.
Oh, well, you want me to help you out, man? I'm a bit of a Cupid. I'm a good wingman. Cupid, man. I don't know. That's what they used to call me.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
what's your advice?
I go over there and say, hey, uh, I'll let her know. I mean, she's a good kid. It's fine. I'll just let her know, hey, you're asking what you should do.
I guess because you're doing basically what I do now, right now.
Oh, um, well, what I always do is I just, I don't know, say, hey, baby. And then,
Ugh. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I mean, no, it worked. I was damned. Man, you should have seen some of the ones that I used to bag. You just get them right. What we do, go out to the bar. You were just drinking a bit. Having a good time. And one thing, just always, you got a rubber. So that's all. Don't worry about it.
I
Good
don't
stuff.
have a bar. I don't have any of those things that you referenced.
Just talk. I don't know. Go say you like them. I would definitely go do that before they tell her. Tell her that you like her right away.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all. What I remember is that the first you want to be the first person that tells you a story. You're always on their side, right? So you tell them
Yes.
you like you. Yeah,
It's just
right.
like that, and then what? I say I
Hey,
like you.
baby. Hey, baby.
Hey,
Give me
baby.
a
No,
give
I'm
me a
not gonna say that.
smooch.
I'm not. Okay. Let's talk about something else that you
You want to
know
go,
something
man? I
about.
remember when I used to go necking back. We used to neck. I used to scam some chicks. Is what That's what we used to call it. Scam some chicks.
Okay.
Down in the bleachers, right? And you just, hey, baby,
How
you
long ago
wanna?
was that?
It was like early high school.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
To just update that is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like that. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I swear I'm very romantic. There's some flowers around here. Girls like flowers, right?
A lot of weeds.
I don't do that. I don't know. What don't you have something in common at least? You like that all
Uh,
those you're good
art
with
stories. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Be strong, you know?
Okay. Right now. I'll go over there right now.
Gonna
Okay.
push you in the shoulder. Be strong. You got it. You're a man.
Melissa.
What? Yes. Hello.
I like hearing your opinions on things. What do you think of these new guys?
I uh, I guess they're fine if they leave me alone. That'd be great.
Oh, I would like that too. I mean,
Yeah, I'm. They just. It's fine. I just need a little space to get time to get used to them. You know, make sure they're all right. As long as they don't like sneak up on me like Charlie does.
what now?
Charlie? He's just like everywhere.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Do you
haven't
do you
noticed it
like
like
Charlie?
no. He's just every like you turn a corner and Charlie.
Oh, I haven't experienced that.
Hey,
No.
Red, have you seen where the stable post
Oh,
is?
Uh,
He's he's like that.
no, I haven't.
He's like that doll
All right.
from that movie Chucky. It just
Oh yeah,
it,
that's the same guy that plays Wormtongue in the Two Towers. Did you know that?
what is it?
It's yeah.
How's he fit inside the doll?
Um, I I don't I don't think that's how they did it. I think it was a voiceover thing.
Oh, I thought it was like a green screen thing, like
Oh, it could have
Gollum
been.
or no, that
Ah,
mocap.
maybe. I don't know. I
Most
guess
of
I'll
the
never know.
Yeah, most of the
Oh,
screenplays I wrote for didn't use that. kind of low budget?
We're gonna be going out tomorrow. We're gonna be going to this hospital to find something for the sick guy.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything you're like looking for out there?
From a hospital?
Maybe, or just in general. Like, if I don't know what I'm saying.
I'm not sure what you're saying either. Um, I guess
Something you miss from the old times,
from a hospital?
or whatever.
Uh, I mean, I guess I could. I don't know. A rhyming thesaurus would be great.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll find that for you because I like to see you have what you need.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Are you okay? Are they making you nervous?
A little bit, yeah. A lot of weird conversation today, and it's just. I think I'm gonna go and journal. All
Okay.
right.
Bye.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
Red's my favorite character.
Dude, I didn't do it.
Oh, come on, man.
She needs a thesaurus. I think if I could find the thesaurus and I had that and I knew that I did a
Thesaurus.
good thing, it'd give me enough confidence to say it.
What you want the source for?
Well, it's helpful. It was, when you're not very good with your words and you want to really,
Man, she's gonna
expand your
get swept
vocabulary.
off her feet. I'm telling you. By the
Well,
time
maybe
you're
I could
back,
find a
she's
better
gonna.
word than like to express my feelings if we had a thesaurus.
If you don't do it now, man. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Let's just see how tomorrow goes. I mean, we'll
All
just,
right.
yeah.
Sure. We need your head on straight. Yep. Sure. We'll keep your head on when we get back. Think of it as a sign that you and her are meant for each other.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll try to wrap my mind around
Oh,
that
that's
and
what it is. It is your reward.
okay. Well, maybe we should get some rest.
Yeah.
Sure. And I feel like
Okay.
absolutely all the stress has been transferred to Red. I'm not sure if any of it went away from Red.
I feel better.
Ooh.
But as we prepare to head
Oh.
out. Okay.
Sorry, really quick. Would me sparring with Bobby count as de-stressing?
Sure could.
That'd be cool. Because I have 2 stress, so having 1 less would be nice.
That would be good.
Just punching out my feelings. It is by 1, right? Like 1. Okay, I just want to make sure.
Should we have all de-stressed by when we started this game?
No, because we were just starting the next day, but you would have had time to
Okay.
spend together, so you could have gotten rid of 1 stress with each other. Yes, last night, and then 1 stress again today. So if you were at 2 when you started, you should be down to 0 by now.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to double check.
Yep.
Thank you.
You got it. Sorry, I didn't realize we were starting off with so much stress.
I'm just a stressful gal. What can I say?
Let's see if we can add some more stress to people now.
No problem.
So question number 1, vehicle of choice. You're going to be heading down mostly 73, which is a highway. So it's reasonably 2 lanes, occasionally 3, sometimes rarely 4. But vehicles and such could be on it. How many vehicles and who's driving which one?
I would like to take my bike.
Okay.
We should take the Jeep, right?
Yeah. I would probably Jude would agree with that.
Do we think it's worthwhile to take both vehicles in case there's like a shit ton of stuff to bring back?
I think Jude would say maybe we play it safe since this is the first time we're going there, and we already got a bike, and stick together. If things are worth the while, anything heavy enough that's not going to fit in our Jeep here, we could come back for.
Sounds good. So we'll take the Jeep.
Sounds
Take
good.
the bike.
Jeep and a bike.
Full tank gas.
Full tank of gas.
Is there a jerry can on it?
No.
Dang it. Okay.
But there is the tank of gas that Red gave. So there is a little gas can, but
Oh,
it's
cool.
not a full
That's
jerry
right.
can. It's not the official brand name. But what we are probably going to need is a little bit of a movement. And I believe what we're going to need to roll for that is a mobility from the drivers.
It's mobility.
And there is a boon if somebody wants to boost their drivability. No problem. Charlie, you're able to get going. It's probably a little slick out there. Red, no trouble. The highway does have some cars on it. A couple of crashes, that sort of stuff. You can see there are a few of the dead getting a bit curious as you go past, but you are well on your way down the road from there. It is probably a 20-minute drive in regular situations. It's probably 2 hours drive in your current conditions, as you do have to occasionally weave in and out of cars, come off the road, check to make sure there's no ditch there, that sort of stuff. In those 2 hours, anybody doing anything I should know about other than driving?
Is there? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope.
I guess I was listening to something, but I guess the mic just picked up me saying, I guess it's seeing if there's any road signs along the way, just for points of interest
Sure.
to circle back to.
Lot of national park stuff, trailheads, that sort of things. Other areas you do see a lot of antiques stores, a lot of farm stores, that sort of thing. But they all seem to have been pretty well gutted at this point, either by just the dead smashing through them or potential looters at this point. Um, Little H sign pointing in that direction, showing you where the hospital is. A couple of branch roads off, indicating, turn here for the biggest ball of yarn this side of Keene Valley, that sort of stuff. But anything particularly that you are looking for a sign on?
If it helps, I would probably be looking for something I can use as a weapon since my shovel is broken. So if
Sure.
there's.
How about a little scout roll for you there?
Sure. Scout. Roll. Ooh.
One success. You do see several hardware stores that would be able to replace your shovel, at least. And they're most likely going to have um, a machete or something along those lines in there as well, or a handsaw, something you could make do with. You don't see a medieval times or anything like that that's going to have, the old poleaxe. And unfortunately,
Man.
haven't spotted the guns store for hunting rifles yet. That seems to be a little downplayed in this particular town.
No local museums showing off Revolutionary War memorabilia or.
I'm gonna say that's probably more north-ish towards where the Olympic ski stadium is probably where most of those are, or further south. In this particular set, antique stores certainly, but not the functional kind.
Right. I would float the idea by the group as we're driving, then just to be like, hey, like, if we can, this would be cool, but I know we're already kind of trying to drive safely, so she doesn't push for it, but she just does make it known.
I mean, yeah, if you need a weapon, we could, yeah, we need to get you one.
Yeah, the shovel was the only thing I got, so
Hmm.
I currently don't have anything besides my
Uh,
fist.
Perhaps there
But
might
I
be
don't
a
want to get
sporting
that
goods
close
store.
to a walker. Sorry, what?
Perhaps there might be a sporting goods store as well.
Hmm, that would be nice. Sporting goods or hardware. Uh, Apparently Bass Pro Shops like to be built near freeway.
Hadn't thought about the Bass Pro Shop.
There's one being added here, and it's like, why? Like, there's nothing.
You know, I heard there's one that has a pyramid somewhere down south somewhere. I'm not sure.
A
So
pyramid?
let's see, 43. You go past a antique train station. It's got a railway line that runs about a mile in each direction and then gets cut off. Probably not super helpful there. You go past a couple of office buildings. The office building has a trail of smoke that still continues to rise up from out of one of the cracked windows. That seems a bit odd. A bit further on, there's just that one high-rise like office complex that got built in the middle of nowhere that was probably meant to be the middle of some sort of business center, but it's now just an odd like 8-story building amidst all the stuff. A couple of hotels that you're going past, a couple of motels looking a little shadier nearby.
Hmm.
I love the tables on this book. This is a great book.
Hmm.
More
Ready for something
graveyards.
useful?
Just, just you did like every couple of minutes. It's like this graveyard, that graveyard, this graveyard, that graveyard. They're all named after a family. They're just tiny little things, and you can just see a couple of gravestones in each one.
Everywhere.
There's a lot of them out here. People have been burying
Yeah.
in this area for generations.
I mean, that's true. Um, I guess, yeah. Again, if people are willing, I would definitely like to stop at a location. I think you mentioned a hardware store or something.
Yeah,
Um, just to pick something up.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
you
Thank
got
you.
it. You guys pull into the lot. It's a little strip mall thing. It's I don't know if you've got Ace Hardware stores or whatever your little local hardware store is, where it's got like the propane filling tank in the front, and then it's got the shop with the wheelbarrows lined up on the front, and then inside you've got your aisles, plumbing, et cetera, and then off to this side the gardening area. Um, it's got a glass front on it, two big glass doors. Cash register would be behind that, and then the little area down there. Down the rest of the shopping mall, there's a karate center, a food place that every once in a while is the new place, but then fades out again because it never really hangs on. And then it's got the Dunkin' Donuts equivalent, as the end cap store with the sort of weird drive-through that you do kind of a figure eight to get to the drive-through to come back out. So that's kind of the layout that you got there. A couple of cars in the lot in odd positions. Look like maybe somebody had tried to do a smash and grab on one of it. Cars sort of half driven into the one half of the hardware store window. Could have been a smash and grab. Could have just been a smash. A little hard to tell. What's the plan as you're pulling up?
Hmm. I imagine our first thing is just making sure the area is safe and just like starting from there, making sure the area is safe, and then I mean Tabitha wants to just be in and out really quick. She just wants to go into the hardware store, get her thing, and get out. But you know, I don't want no ankle biters either.
Sure. So you've got the kind of the strip mall in front of you. You pull in. There's a little bump as you find a uh, one of those curbs that you couldn't see in the snow that must have gotten shoved out of the way, but no trouble for your Jeep. Charlie's gonna have to be a little careful in here. There's debris on the ground that you can't see under the snow. One car's kind of pinned in one of the doors to the hardware store. The glass is all broken up in there, but
um, yeah, Tabitha. There no sign of activity in the store.
that's an excellent question. I think maybe scouting would be the appropriate thing for you to do.
All
Maybe a
right, let me do that.
stealth.
Stealth or
What are you
scouting?
what are you more concerned
Let's.
with, knowing what's going
Well,
on or being quiet while you find out?
you go ahead and take a look. Now, if you want, you take a look.
Mhm.
I'll go and get you what you want. How about that?
That sounds good. Okay. Okay, yeah, she'll scout it out, and then she'll hopefully, if she sees something, she'll point it out to Jude.
Scout, one
One success.
success. Nice. So, checking it out, even from the outside, you can see that there are handprints on the inside of the glass near where the car had shattered. So there are definitely dead inside. It looks like whoever drove the vehicle into the doors was to basically shut that area in, and then
Damn it.
the glass had been pawed at, the charred glass had, so there's kind of a muddy smear set, but you can tell that the top of that muddy smear set is fingerprints that had gone like this. There's nothing going on there right now, but you would highly suspect that there are dead inside.
What are we trying to get here?
A weapon.
Nice.
And I can tell you, we don't want to go in there. It
If
looks
you
like
re-
there. It
if
looks
you
like
are
there's been activity. Sorry.
if you're really adamant for a weapon, I just have a machete. It's not gonna be my gun.
You have a machete?
Yeah, what I normally use, but comes to it, I mean, it's like a solid like hunting shotgun. Like club works.
I have an assault rifle and a machete.
I definitely work better with the melee. So if you don't want your machete there, Red, or I mean, I don't want to leave you guys without something for being close.
I mean,
So
what kind of thing did you want? I mean, maybe I could maybe get it even if there is something in there.
I just don't know, like, and she's gonna point out like the finger markings and stuff, and like point out the things that basically Casey said. Like there's stuff in there. I just don't know how much, and I'm honestly looking for just anything like hammer, like yeah, on a like hammer, another shovel, like anything, just whatever's by the front door, like.
I'm gonna give you the keys to the Jeep.
Mhm.
Be like, I'll be right back. And I'm
Careful,
going
man.
in.
Careful.
Okay. So taking a look at it, you've got the glass front, you've got the two glass doors. Car's been kind of driven in on an angle, pinning those doors shut, breaking a lot of them. So between the glass and the car, that's kind of what's blocking up the front. Um, Off to the right hand side, you've got kind of a caged off area where like the propane tanks are. There's a door kind of behind that where employees would come in and out to that caged area. Caged area's got a big old padlock on it. There is a back of the building, but y'all haven't seen that yet. And it's not a two-story building, but it is almost 2 stories tall because it's got like the high shelves inside. Not super high, but high and then a roof. So it's probably a 12, 14 feet to the roof line if you wanted to get up there. No obvious, please climb me, but there's a chain link fence over there you could probably get up if you wanted to. What are you thinking?
Um, is there any way to squeeze in through the front?
Oh, sure. If you went up to the car and kind of put your hands under the glass, you could probably lift the glass away a little bit and kind of squeeze in through, or pop the windshield out of the car would be the two things you could think of. If you pop the windshield out, you could go in the car, out the windshield, and be in the building.
It might be kind of loud. Uh, do I get the sense if I did get up onto the roof that there is like a window or a rooftop like way into the building?
You wouldn't know till you were up there. So roof access is pretty common, but it's a little 50-50 as to what type it would be.
I think I'll try that. I'll try to get on top using
Sure.
the fence.
You got it. Go ahead and give me, I believe that's called a. Is that just a strength? Run fast, climb high. Mobility. Go ahead and give me mobility.
Thank God. I was worried for a second there.
Sorry, I was having D&D flashbacks. I'm like, athletics is climb, but mobility is also climb. No problem. So it's not the most graceful that you've ever been, but it's also cold and snowy, and it's a chain link fence that's not really meant for this. But shunk, 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 you're up on the roof. Once you're up there, you do see that there is access to the roof. So there are hatches that you would be coming up here to do repairs on AC equipment, that sort of stuff. But they do have a lock on them. Up on top of the roof, you got your AC, heating, air conditioning units. You got your little panels, got your little satellite dishes, that sort of stuff. A couple of pipes coming up and down, and then these little panels, which look like they would be pop-up vents to get you up here.
Um, the hatches with the padlocks look pretty durable. Like,
They look about as good as you would see on a front door. You could definitely crowbar them, um, but it would be noisy.
mm,
I gave you lockpicks, right?
I don't remember.
'Cause I know I started with lockpicks. I think I gave them to you because you were better with them.
Okay.
I believe
If that's
lockpicks
the
were shared
case,
around, in which case that would be a stealth.
stealth.
A stealth.
I think lockpicks also give you a bonus too.
Let's see. Somewhere in the rules.
Lockpicks +2 bonus to stealth checks.
Gotcha. All right.
No successes. If you do not push this roll, this hatch will not be coming open today. Would you like to push the
We'll
roll?
push it.
Pushing it for 3 successes, but you messed up.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So, little clickety, 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 clickety. Eventually, it does open up. However, It seems like there was an alarm, and there was just enough battery left in this alarm to give a little sad. And then you hear the noise from inside as all the dead start to respond. They're now shuffling about. They don't seem to have any sign as to where you are. The whole building just kind of went whoop, whoop, whoop. But now there's activity. Tabitha, Charlie, Jude, you can see figures passing back and forth behind the wall. You can see others further down the line reacting as well. Red, the hatch is open. You can see there's a little ladder going down. It looks like it leads to an office. You don't see any of the dead directly below you, but you can now hear shuffling about, things being knocked over, plastic things being dragged, little bits of metal clinking off one another as they're moving around through the hardware store down there.
Well, what do we think? Is this worth pushing it any further, or do we give up on this?
Yeah, no.
Call it. Yeah, I would agree. Here's a machete.
Thank you.
All right. As you climb down, you hand over the machete. You can now see they're active in there. There's a few more moving around. The far end,
Sorry,
one
but thank
eventually
you.
comes around the corner and starts kind of shuffling in your direction. Y'all hanging about, or are you out of here?
I think we're out of here.
All right. Back on the road as you cruise along towards the hospital. You pass a gym, nice and purple. A lot of treadmills in a line. A couple of the dead just standing on the treadmills.
I'm
Never
like trying
skip
to
leg day.
gotta catch up with the runners. I'm like looking. I was looking for machete. And I just noticed in the ranged weapons they have a howitzer option.
Sometimes you need a big gun.
It's not one.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, there's a howitzer. And
That's endgame.
true. And a tank cannon, in case you find a tank.
You're getting down towards where the hospital is. You pass one big sort of factory complex that's off to the side there. It's quiet and empty. All the windows are blown out. Must have been some fire inside. You're now coming up on the hospital. It's a fairly modern building. Recent construction. Reed's Hospital from a distance. It's got kind of that facade to it that's very reflective with all the windows going up. The one big entryway that's got the big overhang that comes down where the ambulance can pull up and go things in and out. Emergency room, and then the standard off to the side. It's 3 floors high, a little bit deep as far as it goes. You've been here, in the distant past, but it looks like they've added a wing more recently. Moved the old emergency room exit around to the other side, so it all just looks wrong from memory. You're like, I thought we went down on the left, but it says go down on the right. It's got kind of a big loop out front. The parking lot is jammed. Like
Mm-hmm.
there is completely full of cars. The hospital itself It's very densely in with cars kind of all had come in, except right near the hospital where all the cars seem to have tried to go out, and they're all kind of mashed in the middle, giving you this weird semicircular open area right near the front of the hospital. Maybe that was intentional, maybe that was just the way it ended up. But you're not driving up to the front unless you're driving over the cars.
I got worried there for a second. I thought you.
The last thing I heard was, I hope you're not driving to the front unless you're driving. That's
Unle-
all we heard.
No, unless you're
Yeah.
driving over the cars. Sorry.
Okay. It's okay. I had a feeling that's what you were saying, but it was just funny because, like, unless you're.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a connection issue, maybe.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's okay. I think it's only.
No, you're
I
good.
think it's only for us though, so it's not
Mhm.
really that big
Yeah.
of an issue for the stream. Either way, I think maybe Jude be well.
I couldn't think of a worse fucking place to be than at this place right now.
You know what, Chucky? I'm gonna agree with you on that one, bud.
Now-
This.
Now that we're here, I agree.
How about maybe we look at damn it. How about we look at these cars right here? Maybe they're people someone's leaving with something before we go in their hospital first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take a look, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
See if anyone's
Yeah.
got some medication that they're leaving with.
Sure. Somebody go ahead and give me a scout.
I'm gonna pull out my bow and not scout.
Okay.
I'll.
Scout.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it.
I'm fine either way. My scout's 5 total. So it's not bad.
Mine's normally 5, but I have a stress die, so I guess it's
Which makes
Oh,
it
okay.
6.
I don't have a stress die. I can do it.
So stress
Yeah.
die add to your dice pool, but if you roll a 1 on that stress die, things go wrong.
It's
I don't
caca.
think.
So, what that means is you will
Hmm.
not be able to find anything in these vehicles unless we push this roll. Are we pushing this roll?
Hmm. Yeah, let's push it.
Let's push it. You messed up, but there is one success. So,
Caca.
Tabitha, here's what I will give you. I will give you what you find first, and then you tell me how you messed up. You see a carefully wrapped package in the back of one of the cars. It looks like it was intentionally put in like the center seat. It's got like a seatbelt over it, so it's stabilized. But the person who was going to drive away with it never managed to do so. You kind of get the car door open, you look inside, you start to move the seatbelt, unwrap it. It's a box of fireworks. Okay? That does not need to be related to what goes wrong, but something has gone wrong after you make this discovery. What went wrong?
What goes wrong? Maybe. Uh. Maybe like in the process of like opening. No, wait. This was just the scout. Like not even. Am I like? Wait. Did you say I was in there? Or, like I opened up and I was going for
you're
the.
scouting. You're starting to say we want to find medical supplies in the cars is what you were looking for. And in one of these cars, you see a big, well-packed box, kind of secured down with a seatbelt in the back seat, middle of a car. Like if someone was going to be taking out supplies, like this could be like a organ donation car kind of thing. But when you go to peel it back, it's not that. It's a big block of fireworks. Like they got Roman candles, they got the little black snakes, they got all kinds of stuff. And this is definitely could not buy it in the northeastern states. You had to go south states to get this. And somebody was on their way back up here with this, Cherry Bomb 5000 kind of box of stuff. That does not need to be
Yep.
related to what goes wrong, but that's what you spot when you get in there and
Okay.
lift the
I just
blanket.
wanted, yeah. Okay. Maybe as she's going to like check this out, maybe like the key, like maybe like the keys for the vehicle or like a part of the keys for the vehicle were on the floor and she stepped on it and like turns on the alarm, or maybe
Okay, I'm good with that. So
maybe when she went to open the
so you're going in to reach in. You put your knee down and like it was on the seat. You just didn't see it, and the car gives that little chirp chirp kind of noise. And I think it was the chirp chirp kind of noise of the alarm being set. So you've got one knee on the seat. The alarm is now set, and you're like, is it the kind of alarm that goes off and goes vroom vroom noises when I move? Or is it fine? So you're kind of frozen there for a moment. It just went chirp chirp. Everybody heard it.
It just went chirp chirp. I don't know if you said something after
No,
that. I might have missed it.
It just went chirp chirp, and everybody heard it.
Okay.
But then that's it.
She's going to very slowly remove her knee, but it's like moving her hand down, so if she needs to hit like the stop alarm button, she can like do that. But she's just like, okay, raising off,
So
looking around.
let's call this a stealth check to see if you can extract yourself from this situation without causing more issue. And you will be rolling that zombie die again.
Roll the zombie die.
You've got one stress, so it'll automatically roll. We should get one zombie die when you roll your stealth.
Oh, okay. I was like, do I have to add? Oh, I was like, am I adding a second one? Okay,
No, you
just
just got the
wanted to
one
make
now.
sure. Okay, so stealth. Yes, it's there.
Okay. 0 successes. So you go to move, and you're pretty sure if you move any further, it's going to go off. You cannot extract yourself without setting off the alarm unless you push this roll, taking a second stress.
Ike, push it. Yeah, what the heck? I'll push it.
Okay. You messed up.
Every time I need to stop pushing.
And that's it. So
it just goes.
Alarm is going off. It sounds weak and sickly. The battery's been sitting here for like 2 years, but it's doing its best to defend its car. Probably could not start the car at this point, but it's enough to make noise. We're going to bump up that threat level.
Yeah.
As all the dead that are in the cars start to move. You hear some thump, 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 as from here and there, hitting the glass, thump, 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 thump.
I'm picking up the box at the very least, and I'm moving back to the car, and I'm like, maybe we should go to the other side of the hospital.
What do you have there?
I'm gonna open up like the little bit of the box and show off all the colorful packaging of fireworks and explosions.
That's not medicine.
It's not, but I wanted something out of this. And she's gonna
the 4th of July or something.
It's a distraction in the future, much like this car.
Do you have any sparklers?
Here you go. she's gonna hand him one.
And they're like the good kind of sparklers, like the ones that actually like shoot a little bit as they're going off.
Ooh.
That's a yummy kind.
Cars.
Well, we yeah. Let's move to the other side.
Hop in the car.
Okay.
Trying to
Vroom
come around.
vroom.
You can see there's a couple that have managed to get out of their vehicles and are kind of making their way through towards you through the maze of cars, but they'll take a couple of minutes. Sure, definitely not going to get in your way in a surprise move in just a second here. But you come around to the far side of the building. There's still a couple of cars in the way. The walkers are active in the cars, but not moving around yet. What are we doing?
Tabitha's hesitant to move after setting off one alarm.
Are we
Well,
going to the hospital or not?
We gotta get
Yeah.
some of these medical supplies. Yeah, let's go. Me and Red will take point. You two follow us after, yeah?
Okay.
All right. Sneaky, sneaky boys are gonna be sneaky, sneaky.
Gonna be sneaky, sneaky. All right, who is in
Sneaky,
charge of being
sneaky.
sneaky, sneaky? Rolling me the group stealth check.
I'll go ahead. Oh, I'll go ahead and do it since I don't have stress right now,
Okay.
and I have a pretty good stealth. There we go. One success.
One success. Good enough. So you're heading up, and this is the old emergency room entrance. It's been converted. It's got the big glass doors that would normally zoom zoom slide to the side, but the power's been out for a while. You can see how you can disconnect that and push those in instead. Do the emergency push trick. Get those open. There's a set of double doors, so it's got a little bit of a airlocked style situation. No trouble there. No dead inside immediately. You get to the reception hall where it's got a desk on the side, little plate glass, frosty area, place that you can see inside. No dead immediately in front of you. It's got a kind of a balcony situation where people on the second and third floor could look out from below, and then a little elevator set back and off to the left. You can distantly hear that alarm going off away to the left out the other side, and based on your experience, you would guess the dead are probably headed in that direction at the moment.
Um, I like out Red.
Is there like a directory somewhere where we could like identify where?
The pharmacy is.
Sure.
Yeah.
You head over, you take a look at the directory. Pharmacy, first floor, just around the corner. You're actually on the right side of the building. You'll just be basically going along past reception, hang a right and a right, and then come around to where the pharmacy area is, at least the in-house pickup for the pharmacy.
There. Let's move.
Start to head in that direction. You come around the corner. Looking up and down the hallway, you can see this is sort of one of the main areas. It's nice and wide so that if they did need to get gurneys or whatever back and forth, there's plenty of room for it. It's got those big double doors with the press pads on the side that would open up. They're all currently shut. You can see that there is movement, and you can hear a couple of thumps coming from the doors that are between you and where the pharmacy would be. So you would come around and take a right. There's a set of double doors there that are currently closed. Those doors are thumping a little bit as something behind it is bumping into it, trying to get in the direction that you are. Away to the left, it sounds like things are moving away from you, heading towards the sound of where that car alarm is going off.
These double doors, do they look like it locks, or is it like one of those like chef doors where it's like, oh, just swings wide open?
It looks like if someone was to hit the release, it could probably open up, but with the electricity down at the moment, the doors are
Okay.
locked.
Oh, those doors.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the kinds that
All right. Well,
you press the button to open. When the power's down, you would have to actually disengage the lock manually, and whatever's
mhm.
bumping against the far side doesn't seem to know how to do that.
Okay. We keep on going.
Well, you'd have to open those doors to go in the direction you want to go.
Oh, in order to get to the
In order to get to it. So
the pharmacy.
basically the pharmacy is behind those doors.
All right. Well, someone who wants to open the door, and I'll shoot at a distance, and we'll take out. Does it sound like there's multiple, or does it sound like there's just one?
Give me a quick scout.
Okay. Sorry, guys.
Can't tell unless you're willing to push it.
If there's a bunch of these dead things walking in the opposite direction, following the sound of the car alarm,
Mhm.
does it make sense for us to maybe see about letting them out so that we're not stuck in here with a unknown quantity of zombies if we start shooting?
That's true.
You want to?
I'm just thinking like there's probably multiple entrances to the hospital and they're maybe
Uh-huh.
going in a direction. Maybe we can find like another door to like release to like funnel them out and get them at least out of the corridor.
Okay.
Was my thought. I don't know if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, if we start shooting, like they're coming back at our backs,
Mhm.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's why he have a bow, so he would.
Oh, you have
be-
the bow. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's why I was hoping that there'd only be one or two. Or two.
And I think maybe that, Jude, that is this conversation is what distracted you. Is you were trying to figure out how many there are, because it's definitely there's a bump,
Yeah.
but that could be hand, head, knee, or that could be multiple zombies. It's hard to tell at the moment. And that conversation happened as you pull your attention back. Are you pushing that scout roll?
I mean, that's a bad roll. I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
With only two.
Okay. So can't tell how many are behind that door. It's a blind open if you want to do it.
PR, just let me know when I'm gonna hide.
We could hide and let him out. That car alarm, you could hear it from here.
Car alarm you can still faintly hear from here. Though you would say,
Just let
based
him
on your
pass.
general knowledge of car alarms, it'll be petering itself out in the next minute or two. They don't tend to stay on forever.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna say let's open this door because that's what's in between us and the unless we could find another door, unless we see another door around to get in to where this is, or if not, then I'd say this is. I look at Red. Red, you see anything else, or is this it? This is the door we need to get through.
I'm gonna go and check out map of the first floor somewhere to see if there's like another corridor that wraps around or anything.
Nothing that would get you there without going upstairs and then coming back down on the other side.
Well, that's an option. Gonna try that. Go up to the second floor and find a way back down on the other side.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
As long as we're quiet. Yep.
You got it. And so the basically the elevators are right behind you at the moment. To the side of the elevators are the fire stairs. The elevators obviously aren't going to be working at the moment. Could pry them open and possibly climb up the chute if you really felt like it, but otherwise most likely the stairs.
Stairs sound good.
Yep. Open up that stairs. You don't hear anything on the inside. Make your way up. Second floor. Check out to the third floor. Nothing there. Fire doors are the big, heavy, sturdy doors. They got the push and the pull. Pushes on your side, pulls on the other side. Looking out through the little window with the safety glass on it, you don't see anything immediately in the area. You'd be able to see, the little blank wall where there's a little waiting room kind of thing away from the set. And I'm going to say that this is probably the maternity ward, so it's a little place for people to sit and worry about things that don't need to worry about. And then a little set off to the side,
Uh-huh.
balcony that looks over the mezzanine, and then little hallway down there where the rooms are.
Sure. I'll open the door quietly.
Sure, could I get a stealth check as we see how quietly you can
Sure.
open the door into the maternity ward?
Here we go. Fuck, a duck.
This
Come
door
on.
is gonna creak on you, or it's not gonna open.
I'll push.
All right, let's see a push.
I'll push it. Be a success.
Success with no mess up. You start the open the door, you hear the extra little bit of rattle and creak, you stop, you clear out the bit of goop that's frozen down below. It's been cold in here, hasn't had heat, it's been a full winter. Get that opened up. You can see, yeah, there's frozen goop on the floor. There's been dead and blood up in here. But it's quiet at the moment. You step into the hallway, you can see
across.
the elevator behind you. Those double doors again that are closed to the maternity ward itself. Straight ahead is over to the balcony to look down into that receiving area. You'd have to cut through the maternity ward, go down the fire stairs on the other side, and then come back. Maternity ward doors are currently still. Nothing going on there.
All right. Yeah, let's push.
All right.
Right.
You go over to the doors, you get ready to push them. These doors have a bit of extra security on them. There's some sort of swipe in, swipe out badge that you'd have to be wearing in order to get into the maternity ward area. So we're going to need some lock picking to get these open. There's no automatic release on this one.
Okay. What was the roll? It's a stealth?
Stealth roll. +2 because you got the
Stealth roll.
lockpicks. Oh, 2 successes. Well done. You managed to bypass that. You get the lock jimmied open. You open the doors. You can see down the hallway. This one's got basically rooms going down the right-hand wall. It's got a little island off to the side, kind of a nurse's station. Rooms then on the left-hand wall, and there's probably another cubby behind you on the left. You can see everything's in disarray. There's papers all over the place. Some of the equipment's been dragged across the hall. You can see coils of wire that are still laid out. Looks like the equipment's in one room, the measuring devices in another. It's a complete mess in here. You don't see any of the dead moving around in here at the moment. It is still quite cold in here. Probably still freezing in this area.
Okay. All right. Hey, Chuck, you get ready just in case we got to take care of something.
All right, you start making your way down the hall. You can see into the rooms as you pass by. The curtains are pulled. Some of them are broke back. There's a little kind of armrest chairs where people would wait. You're making your way through and down. You reach the far end of the hall. No dead.
All the way down. We go down the stairs, right?
Go down the stairs. Come back around. You hit that bottom floor. As you come down to that bottom set, you know from where you are to where that is, If you open this door and look left, you'd be staring at the back of the dead because they're going to be bumping against the doors down there. It's probably pretty important that this door opens quietly, or
Yeah.
that you open loud and go out loud. What's the plan?
Quiet. Gotta go quiet.
Gotta go
Sneaky
quiet.
like.
I gotta ask for that
Yeah.
stealth one more time.
Do
I'm
you
gonna
want
look
me
to
to
Red.
give
You
it a
got
go?
bigger. Yeah.
Do we still have the boon?
Oh.
Don't need it.
Pulls off the success, and the zombie die does not come to get him. Door opens up. You can see down there are 4 dead currently against the wall. It looks as though they are dressed in the remnants of outfits of hospital staff. So they are probably those who were in charge of the supplies that have kind of made their way out there. The sound of the car alarm is faded by now, but you can hear the noise of the other dead ahead of them bouncing into doors, bouncing into doors. So the loudest sound is definitely coming from down that way, and they seem to want to go to it. They're in a bad state right now. Their bodies are still mostly frozen, so even that awkwardness that the dead have shown is exaggerated by the kind of snapping that's happening at the joints, and you can hear frozen meat grinding against itself as they're moving, and little pieces and shards have broken away as they're kind of hitting into it. What you doing?
Wait, do
We have access to the pharmacy.
The pharmacy is a little further down on the left. There's kind of a small opening, kind of a window set. You definitely couldn't make your way through that. That's secured against it. There's a door. The door seems to be open. Should be locked, but is currently open.
I get a little bonus if I to stealth if I go solo.
hold on. Okay. Yeah.
So maybe I'll just go by myself to squirrel myself into the pharmacy and grab what I can.
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me one more stealth. And then, assuming we get a success there, give me a scout. We do not get a
I gotta
success
push
on
it.
the
Gotta push.
stealth. We're going to push it.
Gotta push.
2
Oh
successes.
God.
Oh, wait, hang on. What happened there? Oh, yeah, 2 successes
Nothing.
and no big fail. Yeah. So I think what happened there, Red. So actually, I'll ask you what happened. So you get down to there, you go to open that door. It's a pharmacy, so there's pill bottles, but it's a pharmacy that the dead have been banging around in. So those pill bottles are everywhere. The floor is littered with maracas. What happened there?
Perhaps when I moved into the or stepped into the pharmacy, the floors still have a little bit of that like kind of squeaky clean quality, and I just slipped a little bit and made a little bit of a sound from the sole of my shoe hitting the floor. But I was able to like get out of eye shot of as the things if they like turned to look.
Mm-hmm.
I was already into the pharmacy and didn't draw their attention.
Got it. So yeah, there was definitely that moment where they kind of like paused and did the look back, and everybody froze. But then happened in the distance, and they turned, and they were trying to get that door open again. So Red, you find yourself in a pharmacy, shelves, all sorts of pills, bottles everywhere, lots of glass broken different places, those little brown containers, stains on the floors, that sort of stuff, paperwork all over the place, lots and lots of wristbands everywhere. Um, I think we're going to need a scout roll or maybe a medicine for you to identify what's the right stuff to throw in the container here.
Alright, I'll do a scout, and could I use the boon?
Sure can.
Yes, please.
And that's, what was it, +2?
+2, 2 additional dice.
Here we go. Oh no.
Oh. So you have messed up, but you got 2 successes. So that means you have successfully, shopping cart sweep, supermarket sweeped your way to a full basket, but something has gone wrong. Given that we are already at threat meter 2, I think what that is going to be is bumping that up to threat meter 3, which is going to have the zombies coming towards you. So they've turned, they've come, they're on the approach. You are 4 zombies between you and the rest of the group. What are we doing?
I'm gonna start. If it's starting to move, I'm gonna get ready with my bow and try to start taking these guys out.
Okay. So here's what we want to do. Current threat meter is 3. We would like enough successful actions to get that back down to 0, or there will be a zombie attack. So, I heard Jude on a bow. What else is
Yes.
happening?
I've got a machete.
Okay.
Machete.
Jude, Tabitha,
Gonna whack.
Charlie, machete, bow. That could get us down there. Red, are you partaking in this round?
I've got an assault rifle,
You do.
but everyone else is doing stealthily things, so
I mean, if it gets
So-
bad. Sorry.
yeah, like maybe what I'm doing is like position wise, are they in the pharmacy with me already?
They're not in the pharmacy yet, but they're on their way. So basically, they've turned from the door. They heard the pill bottle shaking, whatever that noise was. They're now moving towards you. One of them's like looking in through the little hole, like it's trying to get its arm in the hole. The other 3 are moving around towards the door, which unfortunately you left open.
Is there a way to like knock over like a shelf or do something like create an obstruction to like slow them down from getting in here?
Absolutely. You could kind of give the door a quick slam, grab one of those shelves, lay it down, and kind of prop it up to stop that door. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
something like that.
Yeah, that sounds good. So let's start resolving things. First one, we're going to go Jude with the bow. Fire
Okie
me
dokie.
a shot if you would.
Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
1 damage
Successes.
with 3 success.
That is good.
3
No
successes,
zombie.
1 damage each.
We're good.
Is that
Threat
what it
meter
is?
is down by 1. We're down to a 2. Charlie, Tabitha.
Okay.
Uh,
Machete.
machete.
Nothing?
Jesus.
Charlie, no successes. You will not be able to reduce
Oh,
the
there we
threat
go.
meter
Okay.
unless you push successfully. Do you wish to attempt to push?
Oh my gosh.
Tabitha is a monster.
I'm stressed the fuck out.
You know, I haven't taken any risks. Why not?
Why
Let's
not
just
indeed?
little extra oomph.
Little extra
Yeah.
oomph. Threat level is
At least you didn't
down.
immediately mess up the moment you rolled.
Threat level is back
A bit
down, but Red has
different.
decided to try and barricade. So Red, we do need to see the barricade attempt from you. I would be willing to hear tech or probably brute strength on that one.
I'll take tech.
You got it. We just need to not see a zombie die.
Oh,
We needed to not see a zombie die.
Uh-oh. Oh.
So that means we are going to roll a zombie attack.
Red. Me.
I should have shot the gun.
No.
We save those for the people.
People.
We save the guns for the people.
We're gonna get out of this all together. You over there and us over here.
Here,
Zombies already dead.
behind
right.
the pharmacy wall. You're over there.
Somebody had something that they purchased about bite and attacks. Red, was that you?
Yep. That was me.
That was Jude. Okay. So we do not have one. Red, as you are working to drop that one down, I kind of said it was a little bit ridiculous, the one that was reaching through the window. But you had to turn your back on it as you were going through, and just part of the shoulder popped off of it. It got a little bit extra and reached out and got a hand on you. I need a close combat roll to
Easy.
keep it.
Oh no.
Easy.
You're an expert in these.
Expert.
Red.
Yeah.
You got it. It's trying to pull you in. It's like got a little bit. It's like but you manage to pull away, and it's like a little tug of war going back and forth as it's trying to get you in, but it can't. And eventually, that arm just kind of snaps away. Rest of the team catches up. They turn around and just machete on the back of it. Red, you all right?
I think I'm gonna live.
He's gonna he's gonna open the window back up. We all good, brother? Think it's time to go.
I think it's time to go. I've got a full backpack.
Did you get any asthma medicine?
I didn't find a thesaurus, no. Wait, what? Yeah, I think there's some here. It's like albuterol. What do you need?
That will work.
Oh yeah, is there a
Can we go in and just like whatever, like not picky, just fill our
Yeah, absolutely. So as you go into the rest of you just kind of start filling away. I just need somebody to make me a scout roll.
I was about to say I'll do it, and then I remembered what I am.
I would like to do it.
Yeah, you should.
I like to use my drive for that.
That's right. Damn it.
I will protect my brother, and he really needs some medicine. We've been running very low, and I'd very much like to make sure he stays nice and healthy.
Sure. Take your bonus.
I have no idea what drive does.
I believe it's going to give you the +2 dice.
And it's scout, right?
And it's a scout roll.
Wow.
Wow, success. Absolutely. You managed to find the albuterol. You find the good stuff, whatever the purple discs are, and you start loading those up. And you're like, okay, we got it. You check the expiration dates. You get the right ones piled in. You take them out of the boxes so more fits into the bags. And you've filled up your supplies with satchels.
Part of the supply, would it be possible if partially while we're looking for like things to kind of pile in, can Tabitha look for her and the other lady some products?
Sure.
Awesome.
Roll. No.
Yeah, roll scout.
Roll the tampon. What is that, scout?
Scout.
Yeah.
No problem. all the things.
Nice.
If I feel I just put my hand out there, discriminatorily, and just drop everything, would that require me stealth a scout
Try a
roll?
scout roll, yeah.
I'm only one stressed, guys. No, fuck that. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
That's horrible. Those are horrible odds. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna look
Sure.
and I'm gonna keep an eye out with my bow.
Yeah, you got it. So, you're all loaded up. Now what?
Time to go. We all good? Good.
Back up and
Up
down
and
the way you
back.
came, or through
Oh
the
no,
double
we
door?
can go straight. We through the double doors. They're all dead now.
Yeah, they are.
And get the hell out of here.
Open up that door. You head out there. Everything looks
Yes.
clear. You head through the lobby. Everything looks clear. You get to those double doors. First set of double doors, everything looks clear. Second set of double doors, there's a couple of dead milling around out there. But as long as that mobility check to drive out of here goes well, I think you'll be okay. Who are our drivers?
Got any drive? Got any drive?
Little,
You want me to drive?
little mobility?
Got a drive with a drive? What's your drive?
Charlie? Vroom, 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 vroom.
Motorcycle. Oh.
Oh, oh. All right, so
Get the hell
motorcycle.
out of here.
Hang on one second. I got to get up to the motorcycle mess ups.
Oh man, there's a table for that?
Oh, yeah.
That's exciting. It's scary.
Get to learn new things.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? All right, motorcycle. D6, you say? 4. All right, you start to take off. What you don't see is laying down in the snow is one of those police barricade horses. You kind of start to drive. As you hit it, it kicks up. It hits the underside of your motorcycle. The tank is chewed up. The chain is scuffed. The at least one of the spokes of your wheel is bent, but the motorcycle is still drivable. But you would say anything more that happens to this, and it will not be. It is in bad shape, but it is able to hold together, effectively taking 2 of the 3 potential points of damage as it kicks up there.
Oh. God fucking damn, I just got this fixed last year.
Red, you were able to get the
Oh,
Jeep in
fine.
gear and start driving. Good.
Nothing.
Yep.
Good.
Back on the road. Vroom, vroom, vroom. You go past more places. As you're driving, go past that factory,
Oh, what else do we see?
go past the set, past the little karate stand with the Aha Shark.
I stand. They have dojos. They have
Yeah, you could get a gi. Oh yeah, they got
or
little
swords.
sticks there. You could buy a stick. You gonna stop?
Just kidding.
Get a quarter staff or kendo stick.
Kendo stick. They sell size,
Bwah, bwah.
foam throwing
That'll
knives.
help you get
Yeah,
this on.
all the
Yes.
cheapy stuff they
Yeah.
sell.
Keep
You know, it's
traveling.
doing bad because they're like selling like cell phones too there for some reason.
Hey,
Ah,
where's that library?
library's back in town. It's down towards the center of town, near the school.
Guys, can we go to the library?
You
I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
Well, the
buddy.
boss man said we needed to get some books anyway.
Boss man, me?
Well, yeah,
I
you
didn't say
seemed
that.
okay with it.
Oh, did I?
Well, the bossy man, that's what I meant to say. The bossy man.
Okay, yeah. I figured I was the boss man. Yeah,
You're the boss man.
yeah. Thank you. I know. I'm Yeah, bud. We'll go. We could stop. Yep, we could stop. But
Okay.
As you're
I'm gonna whoop and kind of whistle and tell him like we're gonna go this way, Charlie.
heading around towards the
Gosh.
library, library is a two-story older building. It has some historical connotation to it. It used to be one of the like meeting houses of the area. Nice stone building. It's got two little lions outside. Recent additions, kind of echoing the ones from I think the New York library. There's a bunch of white sheets hung from the windows with huge peace signs on them. So, circle with the arrow, triangle, and another one with a big flower sign. The door, you know, big two two swingy oak doors. They appear to be closed.
I'm
so
just gonna.
remind me, why are we here again?
We need a medical book because what's his nuts is really bad.
What? You, what, are you gonna
Anthony?
go in there and find Grey's Anatomy and solve all your problems?
Anthony.
What?
Yeah. Well, it couldn't hurt, you know. The medicine's like a part of it, but like maybe he needs better care than what can be provided by medicine.
Yeah, Red's right. We need it. I think. Yeah, there's peace sign. I guess. I just be in and out quickly, right?
Yeah.
In and out. 15 minutes tops.
The peace
Yeah,
sign
I
wouldn't lie to us. I'm sure it's fine in there.
Probably want to check out the kids section for that medical equipment. I guess I don't know.
The kids section?
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I
So
will get out of the vehicle and move up to the doors.
yep, big doors, big handles, pull open. Get a hold of the handle. You give it a little. Ooh, that's got a hefty weight to it. Put a little oomph behind it.
Yes.
Give it a, and as you're pulling, you hear a twing kind of noise.
Step back.
Uh,
You step back
whoa!
And
Oh!
probably start running.
and start running.
Yes.
That's not a bad plan. So as you step back and start running, could I get a quick, not close combat? What's the other one I want?
Mobility? Endure?
Endure. Thank you. Endure is the one I want.
Yeah, I guess.
Endure. Easy.
You got it.
Nice. So the
I'm
door
glad I have this stress.
comes flying open as you're running away. and behind it is a huge weighted filing cabinet. Just comes smashing down. The filing cabinet has had the bottoms sort of punched in and out, so it's kind of a serrated set of things that swings down at you, swings out a bit, gives you a bit of a bump and just enough to make you step back, and then swings back the other way, and then loom, 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 loom.
Is that Kevin McAllister in there? What's
Oh,
going on?
bitch.
Doesn't seem like a very
Silence.
Doesn't seem like a very peaceful building.
I switch out to my gun. God damn it. Get your shit. Let's go.
Hey,
Anyone in there?
I'm gonna go in.
Oh, hey.
You duck your way underneath. You come up the other side. You look at the flight of stairs, and kind of each stair has uh, spears effectively stuck out at you. So somebody's nailed down a board, and in the board there's a bunch of just lines of metal that have been filed down. So you have to kind of climb over these points or knock the spear spits out of the way.
Oh my god, it's like a little house of horrors. Who could do this to a library?
Sounds like a good place.
Hey, sometimes you get the rolls that you want on this little selection area here.
Ah,
You know, of all the places for it, don't think a library is high on my list.
Oh, but look at how the way it's. The way you gotta admit that's beautiful right there.
And as
smart.
you're looking around at it, I mean, the walls are stone. It's got, a fairly decent marble slate floor. These things are fixed into it. It would definitely be hard to raid if there was any sort of other defense. And even this is taking you a while to get your way through.
All right, so the next obstacle.
You make your way inside. There's wires and strings strung up that would get you all caught up in them if you were trying to move through them quickly, but you get those cleared out of the way. And then finally, you're into the open area itself. So, the library proper. It's got that circular desk for the librarian, the card catalogs over here, a couple of computers, microfiche, walls of books. But it looks like somebody has set up defensive sort of area around the librarian's desk. Again, more spikes sticking out. It looks like they've got a little windlass style crossbow set up there.
Look, I just want a thesaurus.
Oh, what?
Maybe a medical journal also.
It's a book used for picking different words.
Why the fuck would he need that?
Uh-huh.
As you get inside, you can see lined up on the second floor where there's kind of the open air atrium. There's buckets all along the railing there. You make your way upstairs. You look in the buckets. It's full of like little metal bits, screws, bolts, all kinds of
Huh.
stuff. Looks like it could be tipped over and thrown down, or just drop the whole pail at once.
And no one has made themselves known.
No one has made themselves known.
Does it look relatively like there's not a layer of dust everywhere? So has someone been moving around in here, or?
There's a pretty good layer of dust. It's probably been at least a year since somebody was in here.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna try to make my way over to the reference area.
Make your way over to the reference area. Seems fine.
And I'll look for the books that I'm looking for. So I want to try to find a thesaurus, and I want to try to probably find some general medical books,
Sure.
and maybe some agricultural almanacs and books like that.
You got it. Just go ahead and give me a quick scout roll. Sure. You start making a pile of the books that you want, start getting those all together. You're finding more and more of the traps here and there, things strung between the shelves at ankle height and at knee height to trip up anyone that would go through, but you're just finding them, kind of breaking them, untying them, or stepping over them. Doesn't seem like it would be much of an issue for you, but as you get everything gathered up, you've got your stack, find your thesauruses, thesauri, thesaurusousness, and then what?
Seems redundant to check these out, so maybe I'll just exit and leave and throw them in the trunk? Or in the back of the Jeep?
Sure.
Okay. I don't know who set up all these traps, but they must have taken a lot of time. And
The
Could be
while
worth
we're
the
curious
time to
mind.
keep looking. Is there like anyone living here presently?
and
Perhaps he moved on. And maybe he left something behind. Something
and
more
while
than your
we're
thesaurus's eyes.
sorry, I didn't mean to keep interrupting you. While we're here though, could we pick up I mean, you said like the pails had like nuts, bolts, and like bits of metal and stuff.
Mhm.
Can we just take some of the buckets? Because I'm sure there's like some useful odds and ends in there.
Sure. Yep. Just give me a quick scout roll.
Okay.
Simple. You can have anything you want. Just give us a scout roll.
It's not quite anything you want, but
How can this go wrong?
how can
Oh,
this go
actually.
wrong? I would
It
have liked
didn't.
to have been able to
Oh my
ask you, but now I
gosh.
don't get to know.
I
So,
mean, I do want to look for some things too.
sure. Now, Charlie,
Question
you had
is
mentioned
how.
about people living here. Yes, there is an indication that somebody was living here at one point. It looks like in one of the little storage areas, one of the little cleaning spots, a bed had been set up, and there are signs that there were some canned goods in there at one point. But all the cans had been opened and emptied, and it doesn't look like anybody's been in here for probably the year.
They took a lot of time to set up all these defenses just to move on so quickly. They gotta have something nearby. Do I need to specify specifically what I'm looking for?
What are we trying to figure out here?
Um, that is an excellent question. Useful equipment for defense is what I'll put it as. Whether it be weapon, whether it be armor, whether it be hazardous bits of material.
So the windlass crossbow, one of the big heavy draw crossbows that you wind up like that, is sitting mounted to the table. Go ahead and give me a scout to see if that is something that is still good or was ever good.
Wow.
Oof.
Wow. So
Oof.
yeah, it is a functional crossbow. It looks like he probably must have known where one of the medieval times was, or had a hobby. Um, it does take putting a bolt in, going to wind, and then it does shoot like quack-quang, but it is a functional, almost a ballista crossbow.
I'm more curious how it got in here. Tabitha, did this this library have a ballista in it?
I mean, it's not
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
so it's 5 foot wide, like it's a big one.
Good.
Pretty big. My assumption is no, this wouldn't have been in the library. Usually my experiences in libraries, they don't have weaponry around. Um Even as like decoration, like if anything I could see being used for decoration, but that's I no, this wasn't in the library before.
Where the hell did he get this thing? I'm like look around it and see if there's like a property of the so-and-so museum or a property of something. Your little
Maker's
plaque.
Mark.
Sure. As you're checking it out and kind of looking it over, it looks newish. So it looks like a reconstruction more than it is a true antique. You can see that it's got some actual modern bolts and hardware on it. So more likely a passion project slash hobby than any true antique.
You think this will fit on the Jeep?
With an appropriate tech roll, sure.
Well, I'm not going to attach it to the Jeep yet.
Why
Will it
not?
fit in? Will it fit in the Jeep?
Will it fit in
Will
the
it fit
Jeep?
in
Me
the
and
Jeep?
Keyword.
Sure.
Okay.
I will just take it for now if I can.
Sure.
This is really heavy.
I'll help.
Oh. Are y'all find what you want in there? Yeah.
I found the
There-
crossbow.
I found some nuts and bolts.
Great.
Yeah,
All right.
they come walking out of the
Suave
library with a lot of
Cito.
non-library stuff.
Come on, let's go.
It piles back
I
into
like-
the car.
I like the library.
We could come back later. Make sure we close this up. Let's go ahead and close this door. Hopefully, no one comes around. Come back.
Peace be
Sometime.
to you, librarians.
What?
Yeah.
Bye, lions.
And so,
Yeah, all good. We all good. Buy books, I guess. Let's go. Get on.
back into the vehicle.
Damn, that sounds rough.
Make your way back. Now, the only trouble is on the way back, you got to go past all the dead that you riled up on the way down. So I will need one more mobility roll to get yourself back through town and back to the farm, safe and sound.
Oh,
No
thank
trouble.
you, Red.
Red's got the mobility leading the way. Charlie's not doing so hot. We're going to abandon the vehicle or it messed up.
It's not a big thing. Fly. You got to fly in your mouth.
Got a fly in your
biggie.
mouth? Is that what he got?
Yes.
Bugs everywhere in middle of March. Ugh.
Is
Lake
that what it
flies.
is?
Like flies, yeah.
Wait, is he behind us or in front of us?
You can make that decision.
He's behind us, and the Jeep is kicking up a bunch of like ice and stuff. So it's just like,
Okay.
It sucks.
Jeep is kicking
the
up a bunch
worst
of
feeling.
ice stuff.
It's
Oh,
the
man.
worst feeling.
I did
Oh.
not think we'd get through this, guys. I think we're okay.
All right. So with all that noise and cussing and swearing and ice in the face, I think a couple of the dead have found an interest in you and are going to be trailing you on the way home. So I think that's where we're going to close out for this evening, is that you have made it home to the farm. But there's 10, maybe 15 of the dead that are ambling their way across the bridge on Bede Road that you could ignore and hope they go on past the farm, or might want to deal with. And we'll pick that back up next session as you come back in, do a hopefully something with the supplies that you've recovered. But then I'll be asking what to do about those dead. About those supplies.
Supplies. We got
Supplies
at
for
least
the
medical
people.
supplies.
Get some medicine for the people. And the supplies.
Yeah.
Living together.
Yeah, you over there and us over here.
Well, if you really think about it, it's us in here and them in there as well, because we're all in the same place, because there's one house for these
We probably should have got.
people.
something, something, maybe some tools from the
That's for the hardware. That's for the
Shit.
hard. Yeah, I was gonna say surgical kits, but y'all really wanted to leave.
I don't think we wanted to see any little
You know,
kids.
I'm so
No.
proud of them that they made it this far and then had to just break into it to get it all out of their system. But they did real well getting here. We do have a couple of quick questions to ask, though, so we can assign some XP for this set. First question, did you participate in this session? You should at least get 1 XP. So everyone, I think, gets to note down 1 XP there. Question number 2, did you achieve something important? If so, what?
Medicine for the people.
The pay.
Books for Red's soon-to-be girlfriend.
Oh,
Chores for my people.
I
Nothing
help my friend.
bold.
I help my friend Red survive.
question number 3, did you learn something? If so, what?
The library is fucked up. There's so
Library
many
is-
traps.
We got a prepper on the prowl. He's somewhere lurking in the
library.
city.
I think it's just a kid who got left behind.
Oh,
For
my
Christmas.
kid.
They were
It's a
supposed to go on
beautiful place.
vacation.
Kevin.
Carvin. No.
It's Carvin. Yeah.
Experience point potential number 4. Did you explore at least one new sector on the travel map? Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made it down to the
Yeah.
hospital area and several of the stores therein. Number 5. Did your drive, your issue, or your relationships make an impact on the session?
Yes. I gotta get asthma medicine.
Do, yep, absolutely.
My drive is love. I would never risk myself for a thesaurus if not for love.
Okie dokie, that seems valid.
Mhm.
Tabitha, Jude?
I yielded quite a bit to Red today to take the lead on some things.
You got it.
I'm trust him more and more.
Sounds
I
good.
don't think I did.
No?
There was no alcoholic issues, and my drive is to find my kids. That hasn't really come up yet.
You gotta
Kevin?
just pop some
I
pills.
don't know. Was one of your kids a mischievous little guy like put traps up everywhere?
A little shit.
His name is Kevin, perhaps Tabitha. I don't know. Carvin.
Carvin?
Carvin. My boy Carvin. Actually, she has twins. So, yeah, maybe one of them's. They're actually twins, yeah.
Carvin.
They're probably a little
Carvin and
mischievous.
Carvin.
Carvin.
Carvin is
Marvin?
Carvin.
Shit names Carvin.
I'm named one of them Marvin.
Just
And
so drunk.
then my
Just so drunk,
ex-husband.
mother.
No, it was the ex-husband who named him Carvin. I didn't start drinking till after we were separated.
Alright. And then option for XP number 6, did you hold the dearly departed monologue? And I believe Charlie gets to answer yes to that. Very cool.
Nice.
So those are the XP. Those can then be applied to increase skills and such things. We'll let the folks take care of that off screen. So thanks everybody who's been hanging out. Thanks to those of you who bought some boons for us. Hope you get a chance to join us in the Discord. Come hang out and see what we're doing. We've got a bunch of stuff going on, including recruiting for the castles. Help me out, Alex. It's
Zintillin.
Zillin?
Zintillin.
Zintillin. Castle Zintillin, which will be open to folks who would like to join from our community. We've got our Free League Fridays where we're alternating our Walking Dead and our
Forbidden Land.
Forbidden Lands, thank you. I was coming up with the other ones. And a bunch of other stuff going on. Swing by the Discord, check out the schedule to get that all in. But otherwise, I hope everybody's having fun, and we'll see you in a bit. Alex, do you see anybody out there we want to throw a raid to?
Yes, we will go and raid the lollygaggers.
Lollygagger attacking! See you all there. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night.
Good night.
Good
night.
night. And streaming is a stopping.